Evan and Tiki with Sean Morash for the next 4 hours. Congratulations to the great Eddie. Parade coverage was Joe and Eddie Scazzeri just breaking. Watching parade.
I don't even. I mean, honestly, clearly he's a Jet fan.
I will tell you, he is a Dolphin fan. He is not a Jet fan.
Okay, a Dolphin fan.
He's a Dolphin
Why
fan.
is he miserable then for the Giants parade?
Maybe it was the Yankee parade then. Now I'm starting to think
It must
about
have been the Yankee parade because the Dolphins and the Giants have no history that a lay fan is going to be mad about.
Or maybe it was Joe who was miserable and Eddie was greasing him up brilliantly.
Oh, that sounds more like it.
That's probably what it was. But he's an all-time great and he will be missed. Now, speaking of parades, I'm sitting there last night. Actually, it was this morning because I was on DVR watching the Western Conference Finals. And I told Knicks fans don't do it, but I'm going to do it as an IBO. When I see Jalen Williams go down with the same reoccurring hamstring issue.
Did it remind you of OG?
Well, a little bit. Like
Funny, that's what I thought. I was like, don't let this happen to OG.
I agree. Like, there is that risk that when you come back from a hamstring, like, it can come back and burn you.
Right.
And so that was a slight thought. But my bigger thought was the Thunder maybe without Jalen Williams. And then Dylan Harper gets hurt. And it's like, this person without Dylan Harper, and they're already without the Aaron Fox. And this series, now 1-1, feels like it has great potential to go long. Like, the New York Knicks may be sitting there in the NBA Finals staring at either one of these teams completely banged up.
Right.
Like, it is coming up roses right now if you're a Knicks fan.
Wishing for a war of attrition. That's what you're hoping for in the Western Conference if you're a Knicks fan. And then, obviously, more importantly, tonight, just take care of business. Don't come out flat and destroy the Cleveland Cavaliers and put yourself in position to rest going into the NBA Finals.
You want another rest-rust debate.
Yes.
Because the beautiful thing about rest, even if you come out flat for 3.5 quarters, is that you're not risking injury. Like, what derails seasons in the postseason, what is the difference between being an NBA champion or getting knocked out early, is attrition. Like, we made fun of Tommy a couple of years ago after the Knicks lost to the Pacers in the 7th game, and Tommy said, well, we didn't lose to the Pacers, we lost to attrition. And he was sort of right. Like, that's a part of basketball, but he's sort of right.
He absolutely was.
Can you survive the attrition of the NBA tournament, which is what this is? It is a long-ass, arduous fight. And right now, despite the Thunder not having played a lot of games, their second-best player is banged up again.
Right.
The more times you play, the more minutes you play, the more risk you have of being banged up. And so it does bring us to tonight in your point. Obviously, priority one is to just win the series. But priority number two is finish this thing off as quickly as possible.
100%.
And if they come out with a sense of urgency tonight and they come out actually making their shots, which they didn't do for the first 3.5 quarters of game one, and they can put their foot down on the Cleveland Cavaliers and take a commanding 2-0 series lead, they have an excellent chance to wrap this baby up as quick as possible. And the quicker you wrap this up, the fresher and the healthier you can be for a potential NBA Finals in which you may not be the better team, but you may be the healthier team.
And honestly, we've seen this so many years in a row with the New York Knicks where at some point somebody gets banged up in the postseason and it derails in positive Tommy's way. The war of attrition, you lose, and then you end up losing to the opponent. I think the Knicks Again, I don't think it's going to go this way because I think the Cavaliers will have some fight in them, especially when they go back to Cleveland, and it'll be 2-2-2. Knicks win this thing in 6. But if the Knicks can dominate tonight, like we've seen them dominate in this postseason already, and really it's more importantly, just get Cat feeling comfortable and confident in what he's supposed to do and not be kind of a shell of who he is when he's at his best. That's how you exercise your will on the Cavaliers. And Jalen Brunson obviously is going to be Jalen Brunson. You let your role players do what they're going to do. You figure out this Josh Hart, Landry Shamet situation. Again, so it sounds like a lot, but it's something we've seen them do already, so I'm not necessarily worried about them doing it. Don't be flat to start. Take care of business, and then you worry about what happens later. You have to worry about what's happening right now. And right in front of you is the Cleveland Cavaliers in Game 2.
We assume Cleveland will lay down like the dogs that we presume that they are.
I don't even think it's that, Evan. I think they're just inferior.
Well, they weren't inferior for 3.5 quarters.
But that was because the Knicks were bad.
No, that's a part of it.
So if the Knicks play, the Cavs played at their highest level. If the Knicks play at their highest level, we know exactly how this thing's going to end.
In fairness, the Cleveland Cavaliers didn't play at their highest level early in this game. Like, if we think back to the 4 quarters and overtime of Game 1, it was odd. Like, Cleveland came out and could not make a shot. Now, neither did the Knicks. That's why we had as ugly of a first quarter as we saw.
I kind of discounted the first quarter.
I get why.
Right.
I mean, Cleveland's tired. The Knicks are flat. Whatever you want to define it as, like, both teams shot the basketball poorly.
Yes.
Like, that's what was going on. It was an ugly beginning to the game.
Right.
And then Cleveland started to play their best basketball in the third quarter when they took the big lead in early fourth quarter when it got to 22. And then, obviously, we saw the collapse, which we dove into yesterday and everything that went into it. But Cleveland has shown in this postseason run, because I do want to give them, like, a little bit of credit just on how they've gotten here. They have shown fight. Like, they lost a brutal game to R.J. Barrett and the Toronto Raptors, and they responded. They lost a brutal Game 6 at home in which they had a chance to close out Detroit, and they responded. So credit to this roster and team, this opponent that the Knicks have. They have shown fight. Now, we could argue, well, it's the Pistons and it's the Raptors, and you don't take it seriously. That's fine. That's a different argument. But they have shown an ability to fight back. And that's why, to your point, if we assume Cleveland's going to come out with the sense of urgency and the desperation that they're going to have to play with, and Donovan Mitchell, who did nothing in the last 7.5 minutes of this game, 12.5 minutes of this game to include overtime. And he comes out.
Harden. They were bad.
Well, Harden did plenty. He just sucked.
He tried to, at least. Yes.
Like, James Harden was involved. Donovan Mitchell wasn't involved.
Right.
If he comes out with a chip on his shoulder and says, I got to be the superstar I know I can be, then, yeah, we have ourselves a series. The Knicks have to respond. And one area of concern I actually have, because I went back and, believe it or not, rewatched parts of the game. Because I was there, I had some thoughts, but then you don't know the results when you're watching something live. And then when you know the results, you're like, oh, I know how this played out. I want to go back to the first quarter because there was something very interesting that happened early in this game, and the Knicks got away from it. And maybe it's the size of Allen and Mobley, and that's probably what it is, just the way the Cavaliers are built. But Karl Anthony Towns as the point center, as the offensive hub, as the guy on the elbow looking for a cutting OG Anunoby or a cutting Mikal Bridges, it did not work.
Right.
It was not effective. That was the change that Mike Brown made at the end of the Atlanta series that was so incredible when Cat became that point center and he was putting up assist numbers that you couldn't have dreamt of a year earlier. And I remember saying this on the very first possession of Big Mac when we were sitting there on my all-22 seats. Cat got the basketball, normal spot at the elbow, and basically couldn't do anything with the basketball.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go with it.
There was nowhere to go. And I think that shows you one difficulty that the Cleveland Cavaliers present, and that is their size and that is their length from their two bigs in Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. And so you wonder, does Mike Brown try to reassert Cat as that point forward, or is it about changing it up? I think this isn't going to work in this series.
I think it's shooters on the court. That's how you when they go double big, you say fine, come out to the 3-point line. That's how you counter when someone's going to play big on big, because when you have double bigs, it makes it easier to defend when, say, Josh Hart's in the game, because you don't have to have your big run out to Josh Hart. You can just let him, all right, take that shot. You're not going to – I don't believe you're going to take enough of those and make enough of those for us to do damage. And so you have a big with a foot in the paint. You have a big on Cat. It limits what you can do. If Landry Shamet is out there or Deuce McBride is out there, go ahead. Keep a foot in the paint. This ball is going up and it's going in 40% of the time. And so, the strategy – in this game is going to be heavily on Mike Brown's shoulders to get it right and change it.
Right.
Which
is what he did in the Atlanta series.
100%.
That led to this.
100%. He's got to be adaptable. And it's not, I don't think, possession to possession, but it's got to be, what are they trying to do? Identify what the game plan is specifically against you and address it and combat it.
Because I don't know if, as effective as it was, and it worked brilliantly at the end of the Atlanta series and the Philly series of using Cat in that role,
right,
how effective that's going to be when you've got the length of Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. I remember, I'm thinking back to that first possession. It's odd to think back to one possession in the first moment of a very long basketball game in a long series. But in a weird way, I think back to it as a reminder that I don't know if they're going to be able to do it this way.
Yeah.
I don't know if this strategy, which works so well, is going to be as effective, because in the fourth quarter when the Knicks went on their run, it was back to the ball being in the hands of Jalen Brunson.
It was ISO. It was a lot of ISO. I think when you look back at those previous series, Quinn Snyder and Nick Nurse didn't adjust to Cat being the point.
They also didn't have the athletes and players to adjust.
So they were kind of stuck. But the Cavaliers aren't going to be stuck. They can do something else. They can do something different. And so ultimately, this is going to come down to Mike Brown. It's funny, we had this conversation 3 weeks ago, who was going to be the most talked about person in this series. Ultimately, it might end up being Jalen Brunson, depending on how he plays in this Cavaliers series. But I think Mike Brown is, which is what I said then and what I'm going to say again, is so important to making this series a victory for the Knicks.
Well, coaching
so
matters.
Important. It does matter.
Look at it from the other side in Kenny Atkinson and all the heat he's finally taking for the collapse of Game 1. And there was a lot involved, but the pieces on Cleveland are just so different than what they faced with Atlanta and Philadelphia.
100%.
Like, the negative is Mobley and Allen and their size and length and the way they can take away passing lanes and kind of disrupt Karl Anthony Towns playing on the elbow, trying to find the open cutter. But here's the other side of things. The Cleveland Cavaliers have a basketball player on the floor who you can hunt. And that's James Harden.
Right.
And Jalen Brunson knows all about that, because in the Atlanta series, what were the Hawks trying to do to him? They were hunting his ass. And C.J. McCollum was making jokes about it, right? Well, as long as Kenny Atkinson keeps dribble, fat on the court, well, the New York Knicks are going to say, we're going to attack you. And Kenny Atkinson could sit there all day and say, well, he's actually a pretty good defender.
Right.
Now, if you watch him, he's a good defender. And you know what? Again, I rewatched part of this game. He's not wrong early in the game. I'll say it. James Harden wasn't a complete, utter liability early in this game. But when it mattered, when it was crunch time, when every possession meant so much in the Knicks' attempt at coming back, guess who was a liability? So as long as Kenny Atkinson allows him, on both sides, as long as he allows him to remain on the floor, you have to attack. Vice versa, it's the Mitchell Robinson situation. In the third quarter of this game, Kenny Atkinson went to let's foul Mitchell Robinson. They were in the bonus. They said, screw it. We're going to put Mitch on the line, even with a big lead. If you're going to allow Mitchell Robinson to be on the floor while you're in the bonus, what do you think's going to happen?
But JR, who from Somerville, who called us yesterday, he made such a great point. As interesting and I don't know, I don't want to say novel, because it's not novel, because everybody's doing it. They've been doing this since Shaquille O'Neal. But as smart as that sounds, right? Foul Mitchell Robinson so that Jalen Brunson doesn't kill you, so that Landry Shamet or Cat or whoever doesn't kill you. When you have that big of a lead, why in the hell are you stopping the clock?
I disagree. I disagree with you and JR. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. They did this in the third quarter, so let's not get this twisted. This is not why the game turned.
No, it's not.
The game turned with 7 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. You're basically telling the New York Knicks, either get his ass off the floor because he's such an impact defensively, or good luck trying to get a point out of 2 free throws. We'll trade 2-1, 2-1, or 1-2, 2-1, and basically have it be a push. We'll do that until you take him off the floor. I thought of all the strategies that Kenny employed. That was the right one.
Yeah, but then you balance getting your bigs in foul trouble.
Well, you got to be judicious in who is fouling.
Of course, but it's still it's the time element. It's just to me, in order to do that, when you have a big lead, you have to be precise on how you're doing it and pick your spots.
I thought that was the right spot. I thought Mike Brown needed to adjust by getting him off the floor. I mean, he had Karl Anthony Towns on the bench, and that would have been your answer.
Well, he's not going to play 48 minutes.
But okay. Mitchell Robinson, and this is a big freaking deal, even though it turned into an afterthought from game one because there was so many other things. This is a big deal because this is still a series. Like, it isn't over yet as much as we think it's over.
Right.
So there's a really good chance at some point tonight Kenny Atkinson is going to deploy Hack-a-Mitch or whatever you want to call it.
So you combat that by playing Mitch early in this game.
Yes, or you get him off the floor. Right. Because as much as he impacts games defensively, I don't want the game stopping with him going to the free throw line and likely missing two. Now, it sucks to take him off the floor because that's half the goal. Like, the difference between Hack-a-Mitch and Hack-a-Shaq was Shaq was never coming off the floor, and he was just an awful free throw shooter.
Right.
They're telling you Mitch makes such an impact defensively, we're going to do whatever we can to get him off the floor, including just fouling him to send him to the line. But I was sitting there late third quarter, and me and Big Mac were going back and forth on what do you do? And my answer was, you get him off the floor.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you're giving Cleveland what they want, but you can't afford that, especially down in the game. It's going to happen again tonight. I don't know the circumstances. I'm not sure what the game's going to look like, but you know that they're going to use it. And the question is, how does Mike Brown respond?
Yeah, Mike Brown should preemptively respond by getting him on the court earlier.
Start the second quarter.
Whatever it is, get him on the court early so that you force this Cavaliers team to try to foul him, rack up some fouls, and then hopefully you're not getting run away from in that moment. And then ultimately you counter by putting in those 5-out units and score how you've scored over the last 8 games, at least in critical moments over the last 8 games. That's the philosophy I would go to. And I don't know what Mike Brown's going to do, but this, to me, this series feels so much more like a coaching issue than it does this player's going to shoot this percentage or this guy's going to be hot. It always obviously comes down to that ultimately, but the coaching is going to matter a lot in this series.
It's a chess match.
No doubt.
And so far in this chess match, the coach who has coached his team to the NBA Finals and has currently coached his team to the Eastern Conference Finals, that's Mike Brown. He's leading Kenny Atkinson 1-0. For Kenny Atkinson, this is his first time in the Eastern Conference Finals. We all love Kenny. He's a nice guy. He's a local guy. Mike Brown has been the better head coach throughout his NBA career. We'll get to your calls coming up. Last night, Yankee fans said, I'm going to wait all night to watch baseball. And they did. Some thoughts on last night's late Yankee loss. And, of course, your calls, 888-808-1019. It's time for the Yankee Turning Point of the Game. Be the first call to correctly identify yesterday's turning point of the game at 866-540-WFAN, 866-540-9326. You'll receive a $100 Wendy's gift card from our friends at Wendy's. Eat great even late at Wendy's, and your flagship station for New York Yankee baseball, The Fan.
With the warm months just about here, it's time for a healthier you. My good buddy John Gallucci Jr., CEO of JAG Physical Therapy, always tells me how important it is to focus on your biomechanical chain to reduce injuries. Now is the time for you and your loved ones to turn to JAG to get stronger and function at a higher level. The dedicated team of physical therapists at JAG Physical Therapy will develop a plan specifically for you to help prevent injuries. And if you have an existing injury, their expertise and commitment will help you get back the life you love. Schedule your appointment today at jagpt.com. That's jagpt.com.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. From Connecticut to Maine, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer. It's also sponsored by St. Joachim and Ann Nursing and Rehabilitation Center.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you balance of style, advanced technology, and craftsmanship in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Get more with the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5, the smart choice. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Hey, healthcare workers of New York, are you looking to make a difference? St. Joachim and Ann Nursing and Rehabilitation Center is actively hiring nurses and CNAs. Call 718-714-4800. That's 718-714-4800.
Game 1 saw Captain Clutch live up to his name, and Mikal Bridges come up big, leading an incredible fourth-quarter comeback to force overtime. And it was all Knicks from there as they spoiled what was looking like a home sweet homecoming for Donovan Mitchell and Kenny Atkinson. It took 3 quarters to shake off the cobwebs, but momentum is on New York's side, and Game 2 can't get here soon enough. The latest breaking Knicks news, the biggest Knicks opinions, and the most trusted voices delivering them all live here. Your home for New York sports is 101.9 FM WFAN.
Todd, I've come to Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram to make a declaration of deals on all Ram trucks at Ramsey.
John Montone, during the Declaration of Deal sales event happening now, you can save big on the heavy-duty truck you need to reliably haul the largest of loads year-round.
Lease a new 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4 for $399 a month for 39 months.
Or buy and get 0% APR financing
for 60 months. No monthly payments for 90 days.
And here's another declaration. Ram is America's best full-size truck, complete with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
Declare yours today at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, home of
exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. VIN number TN362106. MSRP $59,755. $48.88 due at signing plus tax, title, registration, and fees. $0 security deposit in 6/126.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now, for a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more and switch.
For new Fios, internet, and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. Accident victims, I understand how an accident can turn your world upside down. You're in pain. You need medical care. You can't work. You're struggling to pay your bills, and you don't have a clue what your rights are. So what do? Call the first law firm that pops up on the internet? Look for the best website? Or say, hey, find me a lawyer. The options are endless, but the answers are simple. Ask around. Read reviews and go with your gut. Great law firms build great reputations. I built D'Agostino & Associates one client at a time by doing the right thing for accident victims just like you. Our clients know my team cares, and we're going to fight to get you every dollar you deserve. So call me today at 888-24-LAW-24. That's 888-24-LAW-24. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, and we'll come to you. I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law, bite back.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 6/126. See dealer for warranty details.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. WFAN and Corona are throwing a watch party Monday night, May 25th, as New York takes on Cleveland for Game 4. Join John Wallace and Positive Tommy at Buddy's on 3rd Avenue in New York City. Please drink responsibly.
Bank of America is the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Helping people achieve their goals is what we do. So if your goal is owning a home, we're here to help with guidance and resources, including up to $17,500 in select markets when combining down payment and closing cost grants. Visit BofA.com/home team. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. After years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. With Red Pocket Mobile, you lock in your rate and you keep it. No price creep, no sudden jumps, just straightforward pricing and premium 5G plans starting at $10 a month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
It's the Memorial Funbelievable event at Nielsen Dodge.
You can lease a new Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, or Ram for $299 or under.
Choose from hundreds of new Jeeps, Chryslers, Dodges, and Rams.
You'll start feeling the vibes the minute you arrive. Fun is in the driver's seat.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4, just $299 a month. Yes, just $299 per month.
Or choose from hundreds of certified pre-owned vehicles. Plus, we'll give you top dollar for your trade-in.
Under $299, that's Funbelievable.
Drive away today for just $299 or under on Route 10 in East Hanover, online at nielsendodge.com.
At Nielsen Dodge.
Fun is in the driver's seat.
Declaration of Deal Sales Event. With approval, term 36 months, due at signing, $52.99, add tax time, $4.98 NOC, and DM fee.
When it comes to getting the guaranteed lowest price on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. And when it comes to getting more free services for life than anywhere else on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. So when you're in the market for the best deal on Falcon tires, get to Town Fair, because nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. And I mean absolutely nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. It was a pitcher's duel that lived up to the billing as Trey Savage outlasted Cam Schlittler for a 2-1 Blue Jays win last night in the Bronx. Trent Grisham did leave the game after a fluky double. He tweaks his knee running to second base. More imaging to be done today. The Mets, meanwhile, got a Juan Solo home run and then a 2-run shot as they lost for the second straight night to the Nats 8-4.
I was so impressed by the amount of Yankee fans that were at that game for the first pitch.
Me too.
Because at the end of the day, it's a Wednesday night. It's the middle of May. I know it's the Blue Jays. It's Yankees, Blue Jays. It's warm out at least. But there was a 2-hour-plus rain delay. This game didn't start till after 9 o'clock at night. And a part of me always looks at situations like that, especially when you're facing a division rival and could easily just cancel the game and play a doubleheader and do all that. And I say, that kind of sucks. I feel bad. People are waiting around for 2 hours. But so many people stayed. I'm like, people probably liked it. They were like, I'm just hanging out at Yankee Stadium having a drink.
Also, wasn't it must-watch baseball?
It was.
Isn't that what we talked about?
Yeah.
And Cam Schlittler was amazing, as was Trey Savage. And maybe it's the Boone decision to send him out for the 6th or the 7th because that's when things started to go awry. But, I mean, they managed it.
Listen, here's the way I view this, because I heard Sean say, I think you phrased it as, Savage outlasted Cam Schlittler.
Yeah.
That's not what happened. I appreciate your attempt at that. That's not what happened. What happened was what you said.
Yeah.
Aaron Boone, rightfully so, I'm with him, said, hey, Cam, go out for the 7th inning. Mm-hmm. And it didn't work, especially that last at-bat to Jimenez.
Right.
And he struggled. Savage came out after 6 innings.
Yeah.
He didn't come out for the 7th inning. So over 6 innings of work, it was even. It was a draw, if you will. The difference was, and I get why Schlittler's pitched all year. Savage has made fewer starts because remember he started the year on the injured list. Maybe they're being more careful. He's a few years younger. But the difference was Savage didn't come out for the 7th.
Yeah, he didn't get an opportunity to screw it up in the 7th inning.
Good point. Outlasted's the wrong word.
Yeah.
Now, I do think last night, I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't know you were going there. I think the Yankees have figured out something or should have figured out something off last night. Anybody with Legends tickets should get an hour earlier entry than everybody else to the stadium going forward.
Why?
Because it wasn't that the whole stadium was full, Evan. It was that what you saw on TV behind home plate in the moats was completely full in the first couple innings of that game because they'd already spent 2 hours stuffing their face in the Legends suites that they actually sat in the seats. That's what was noticeable last night.
Oh, so you're saying, because one of the critiques of the new Yankee Stadium for the last decade and a half is that when you watch a game, it's empty behind the plate?
Yes.
Because people are in the club. You're saying if you open up that club even earlier, kind of like sitting through a 2-hour rain delay, it would be filled most of the day.
You will have people that will challenge the girth and how much food they could eat, but what did those people do with those seats for those 2 hours? They
sat
ate
there.
and they ate and they ate. So by the time the game started, there
You're
was
ready
no reason
for the
to-
game. You're
Yeah.
ready for the game.
So that is why it was so full and bustling behind the plate list.
He's fat! No, it
By
makes
the way,
sense.
you're right, because the times that and it's only been a few times that I've sat in those legend seats, I don't want to go out there.
Yeah.
I want to be in the club.
And you have more time to do it.
Yeah.
You have more time to do it on a rain delay.
Yep.
That's a good call. But I was surprised how packed it was. Now, this game was a very interesting game. In fact, it was such a close, interesting game that I've been informed we've had like 30 different people call up for the Yankee Turning Point and all guess different things and all be wrong. So if you know the Yankee Turning Point, we are still looking for a winner, 866-540-WFAN. And just knowing how difficult it is getting my brain working on what the Yankee Turning Point actually is. Now, I want to play you one clip before we get to your calls. Knicks fans, we'll get to you 888-808-1019. In the midst of this game, Anthony Volpe, I think it was the bottom of the 7th, Anthony Volpe challenged a 2-1 pitch. We have that little box while we're watching games now.
Yeah, we cheat.
So we cheat. We have like a little bit of a heads up on, is that a strike? Is that challengeable or not? This pitch was so down the middle that when Anthony Volpe tapped his head, I thought he mistaken. But he didn't. He actually challenged the pitch. And as we all waited for the results, Anthony Volpe...
Even though we already knew the result.
I think we were more embarrassed for that challenge than any challenge we've seen in the challenge era. Here's how it sounded on WFAN with Dave Sims and Susan Wallman, because their reaction to the Anthony Volpe challenge and the result of it, I think perfectly exemplifies the way people felt about it.
Survey says, oh, that was a strike. Big
goodness.
time. I mean, that was right
That was in the middle of the...
Oh, wow. Well, he missed badly
Oh,
on
that
that
was...
one.
Yeah.
2-2. Volpe hearing it, too.
And he's hearing it from... Yeah.
That was like such disappointment.
I know. It was like you almost don't want to even talk about it. Ooh, God, yeah.
And Dave was right. He was hearing it from the crowd. Volpe's actually played decent for a week, but that challenge was so bad that he got booed for it. And I'll tell you, the Yankees and the Mets, both these franchises, they're driving me nuts with these challenges. Like last night, I thought poor Zach Thornton in his major league debut got screwed by numbnuts Hayden Sanger behind the plate. I mean, there were 3 balls that were strikes that he didn't challenge. And I apologize. I shouldn't have called him numbnuts. That was too strong. Sorry, Hayden.
He doesn't catch all the time. You know the issue.
He does catch all the time at the minor leagues.
Exactly. That's the problem. It's
He
in the
should
minor
know.
leagues. By the way, do they have the
Yes, it started in the
I know
minor
they
leagues.
did, but do they keep it down there?
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, there's no excuse.
I'm
You
trying
tried to
find
come
one.
up with one. There's none. And so on the Mets side of things, I thought it hurt Zach Thornton. And then last night, like Austin Wells' challenges usually are dumb. Anthony Volpe's challenging a pitch right down the middle. Aaron Judge has only challenged 6 times this season.
And is he 100%?
5 for 6.
5 for 6.
And he has mentioned before he doesn't like it. He says, look, I'm a baseball player. I'm not an umpire.
Right.
So he doesn't even want to use the challenge.
At least he does it in like the right moments. A 2-1 count. Like, Volpe, really? Does that matter?
Situationally, you didn't like it?
Aaron Judge, it's 3-2.
Yeah, no, that's a big one.
This is 2 days ago.
Yep.
Ball is low. He knows it's low. Challenge it.
Yeah.
Because what the hell? If you lose, you struck out anyways.
Right. It's worthy of
right. Like doing it on a non-important pitch call. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so there's this above the in football we call it X's and O's. I don't know what the technical writing on paper designing of baseball is called. The score booking, above the score booking in baseball. You got to sometimes, if you're going to challenge, you got to be above the scorebook.
You got to know the situation.
You got to know the situation. Otherwise, you're pointlessly risking one of 2 challenges.
Yeah. They're valuable.
And they're very
Because that
valuable.
Volpe one that Susan and Dave were disgusted at, that was the Yankees' last challenge.
Right.
So they had no ability to challenge anything later in the game unless it went to extra innings where you get the bonus challenge. Let us say good morning to Evan at JFK Airport. What's going on, Evan?
Hey, Evan.
So I'm a member of the coalition, and before the season, I took out emotional insurance because I was worried about the Knicks.
Yes.
I did it with the Eastern Conference Finals and the Finals. Should I now cash out the Eastern Conference to bet on the Finals since they look so dominant? Because I don't know if I can handle them actually winning the conference the actual final.
No, I don't think you should cash out because the Knicks are going to win the Eastern Conference. So why would you take less for an assured victory? You know what I mean?
To then invest in the finals.
No. Invest in the finals.
Yeah, double down on the finals.
Invest in the finals with your winnings or just throw extra money in it if you're capable of it.
But what he's saying is that if he cashes out now, then because it sounded like he already did a finals bet as well.
He wants to do it again.
So he wants to he's either going to load it or hedge it.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, that's an interesting thought.
Well, I'm telling you what to do as someone who's done it already. As someone that has emotionally hedged all over the place.
Right.
You're going to win the East, right? That's the assumption. And I think if you're a Knicks hater like our last caller is, and Knicks fans will admit this, I don't think this is speaking out of turn. The Knicks can't lose this series. Like, if they ever lost this series, it would be disastrous. Like, it would be, like, end-of-the-world kind of conversations. So you'll get that benefit if the Knicks lose, but they're not going to lose.
Yeah.
So why cash out? In fact,
unless they're cashing you out, I don't know, whatever. It depends on what percentage they're cashing you out.
Nah, you know why it doesn't matter? I'm going to take you into my world. So during game one, and it wasn't when they was 22-point deficit. It was, I think, at about a 15-point deficit. I took out emotional insurance. I bet the New York Knicks. I think it was about plus 1,100.
Right.
And I bet the Knicks. And I said it to Big Mac. I said, I'm betting the Knicks. Here comes the emotional insurance. When the game went to overtime, they were offering me an absurd cash out. Like absurdities.
Right. Like 80%?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And you know what I said? No.
Scratch.
I said the Knicks are not losing in overtime.
I don't want to break even. I want to make money.
No. I guess I worded that wrong. No. Put it that. You know what? I'm just going to give you the figures. I bet $100. They were offering me $800.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So your tickets probably cost about that.
Yeah.
You were saying, I don't want to break even on my tickets. I want to make money tonight. I want to go home with more money than I spent, even if I spent that money earlier.
Now, if you listen to this conversation, you're like, oh, this is why gambling is bad and oh, it's so risky. I'm not gambling. I'm taking out emotional insurance.
Yes.
This is not gambling.
Even though it's kind of fugazi emotional insurance.
Why?
Because you don't really care.
No, I do care.
You do hate.
I do
but
care.
This isn't like you. If this was the Nets and it was the other way around, and if the Nets lose, you're devastated.
Right.
So your emotional insurance is to take money out on the Cavs. That's emotional insurance.
I got you.
Like where it really means something.
Yeah,
to you.
you're wrong, but I understand what you're trying to say.
I mean, you can't hate the Knicks that much.
I do.
You know why? You know why I know you're lying? You know why I know you're lying?
How do you know I'm lying?
Because of what you do for a living.
Oh, that this benefits me?
100%.
I'd agree.
So it might be slightly like negative, but there's also a huge benefit.
No.
There's a huge benefit
so
for
you're,
the Knicks winning.
You're,
and you know it.
You're
you
wrong.
You can't deny it.
You're wrong, but I'll tell you where maybe you're right. I am 42 years old. I have learned, believe it or not, this may stun a lot of people in the audience, I've learned to be more mature. I've learned that sports is just supposed to be fun, as serious as we take it.
Yes.
So yesterday evening, my son was getting out of the shower. He was putting his pajamas on, and he says, Dad, I have a question. I said, of course, son. What do you got? He said, what happens if the Knicks win the NBA championship? And I said, well, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean, what happens? And he's like, well, what do we do? And I said, well, what do we do?
He celebrated.
He don't like the Knicks either because Knicks fans are bullies to him, which you could understand. He's a Net fan. Oh, there's no Net fans. I said to him, you congratulate them and you remind yourself that there's more to life than being disappointed in sports.
Right.
Like, I care about you, son. I care about your mom. I care about... Like, yes, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be disappointed, just like a Knicks fan will be if they lose. Put yourself in those shoes. But I've learned to compartmentalize that it's just sports. So that's where you're right. But not, oh, it's good for the station or good for the show. Shut up with that.
It is.
My job is to just try to do the best show possible. I can't control what the other teams do. So I'm not going to sit there rooting for it because it somehow benefits me.
I just have this skepticism of your actual hate.
You can be as skeptical as you want. You're wrong. Let me help out the Knicks fan now because maybe they want to take out emotional insurance.
Right.
And for those that are not aware, emotional insurance is when you bet against your team so that if you lose and you're sad, you at least win some money. Right now, the Knicks in this series are minus 415, plus 320 for Cleveland to come back. So if you are a Knicks fan who's like scared of your own shadow and you bet $100 on the Cavs to win the series, you'd win $320. That's how emotional insurance works. And I've heard people say that they do it. They don't gamble, they don't bet, but they take out emotional insurance because in a weird way, it makes them feel better if the result that they desire doesn't happen. So I get it. I totally understand it. And it started for me because back in 2006, when the Mets were playing Game 7 against the Cardinals in the NLCS, I said to my dad in the middle of that game, boy, I would do anything to bet like $1,000 on the Cardinals right now.
Right.
Because I know it's going to hurt so much if we don't win.
Right. You want to make some money off of it.
2006, bro, it wasn't legal. It wasn't an app I could just go to and press a button. So it's always been one of those regrets of, oh, man, after Beltran struck out Tiki, at least I would have had, some money in my pocket.
Right. This sucks. Give me another one. Yeah. This sucks. I want to buy that. This sucks so bad. Hey, honey, you want a purse?
Yeah. Like when Kevin Durant's foot was on the line, at least I made a couple of bucks on the whole thing. Right. Let's go to Tom in Howell, New Jersey. What's up, Tom? Hello, Tom.
Hey, what's going on?
Yo, what's up, man?
Evan, I just want to know what you think. Everyone's talking about Mike Brown, the substitutions, playing the bench, how that's so much better than Thibodeau and stuff like that. I don't really see that as, a calling card for the coach. I mean, obviously, most coaches do that at this point. To me, it's the adjustments in game, which I don't see him making. For example, in Game 1, they were just doubling Harden and Mitchell the whole game, leaving guys wide open.
Yeah.
That almost cost them the game at the end. They'd go double Harden, the guy's wide open, top of the key. Obviously, it wasn't working the whole game, but he just kept going to it. He didn't make one adjustment on defense to try to do something else. I mean, Bridges, you got to give Bridges a chance on Harden one-on-one. He's a great defender, even OG. Why were they so quick to double? And once it wasn't working, he never went away from it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think they've had success blitzing the ball handler, but the challenge, and this is where you give the Cavaliers credit, they kept their shooters right there on the strong side. So you get blitzed, but get shooters wide open. Now they missed a bunch of those shots, but it's a philosophy that you have to employ sometimes because as much as we were going to laud Jalen Brunson for his fourth quarter heroics, he got cooked or for most of this game as a defender. And ultimately, they don't want to switch it. But if they don't switch it, James Harden and Donovan Mitchell, what they score? 70 points off of him? Whatever it was. Like, he's not a good enough defender to not do what they're doing defensively.
I think with Mike Brown, there's two things. Number one, he mentioned the difference between him and Tibbs when it comes to the bench. It's an immeasurable thing to know. How did Mike Brown, playing his starters less during the regular season and using his bench more, how does that impact results? How does that impact health?
Right.
How does that impact performance now that we're sitting here in the middle of May? So that's more of a speculative thing we do as fans where we say, hey, Landry Shamet was more prepared to make an impact because he was used more.
Right.
Even though Landry Shamet had a big impact last year in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. We forget that.
People were calling on it, Landry Shamet last year.
It felt like we needed to scream and yell to get it to happen. Yeah. But yes, the execution of the way a bench is used and the minute allotment during the regular season was a major talking point. It still is. But there's no way to measure how much of an impact that's had.
Right.
In terms of in-game and in-series adjustments, here's my observation on Mike Brown, who is not perfect. There are things I love, there are things I hate. It feels like a lot of his adjustments have gone game to game more than in-game. Like we sat here a few weeks ago, befuddled at his lack of using Mitch and Cat on the floor at the same time. And he sat there at a press conference and said, well, I don't like the matchup. And I disagreed, and we talked about it on the air. Hey, I disagree with Mike Brown. The next day,
he did it.
He did it.
I know.
And so I'm on the radio saying, well, I agree with him, but I really agree with myself because we were screaming for it. And I'm not suggesting he's listening to us or listening to the fans, but do I give Mike Brown credit for an adjustment? Yeah. Would I have done it sooner? Yeah. Then he makes the adjustment of, hey, I'm going to have this offense run through Cat as a hub. Get him the basketball on the elbow, look for a cutting OG Anunoby, and it absolutely worked. It comes out that Karl Anthony Towns suggested it. That Cat went to Mike Brown and said, hey, I got a crazy idea. What do you think? I still think you give the coach credit for it. But yeah, on an in-game basis, you don't see those kinds of adjustments. So when we give the opinion on what do you think of this coach, what do you think of that coach, it's not a unified he's great or he sucks. It's a case-by-case basis. In Game 1, I would have taken Mitch out sooner when they started fouling him.
Yeah, I think there's a fine line with judging coaches based on what you're talking about game to game versus coaches who are great in game, because there's two different skill sets, and I think part of that is preparation. Like the really great in game coaches prepare their team for in game adjustments, and maybe that's not Mike Brown's greatest strength. But what we have seen this postseason is that making game over game adjustments, he's been fantastic.
He's been great. Now, I'll give him credit for an in-game adjustment. Landry Shamet was inserted with about 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, and his ass never felt the bench again.
But by the way, that might just be this guy is hot, and he's doing exactly what we want on both ends of the court. It's not even a quote-unquote an adjustment. It's just he's the better option than Josh Hart right now.
Yeah. You know what? Whether you call it an adjustment or not, it's a decision the coach made, and it was a good one, and it was the difference between losing game one and winning game one.
Because he makes that decision.
Yeah. So the discourse around Mike Brown, just like the discourse around Tom Thibodeau, as always, it's a lot more complicated than he sucks and he's awesome. Like there have been moments throughout this playoff run where I've strongly disagreed with Mike Brown, and there are moments where we commend Mike Brown. But here's the ultimate decider in all of this. The Knicks have won 8 in a row. They haven't lost a game since the day the Jets and Giants were drafting players.
Since you snubbed me.
Since I snubbed you. Are you blaming that on me?
Yeah. This is all you. I blamed it on you last week. I'm going to continue to blame it on you.
All because I didn't high-five you after the Hawks beat the Knicks?
They haven't. The power of the snub.
That's a good point.
You're supposed to be Mr. Coalition.
Wow. So here you go. He doesn't really hate the Knicks.
He doesn't, because they line his pockets on resale tickets.
Exactly right. So he snubbed the jinx that you offered up, Sean.
So you agree? I'm the reason the Knicks have won 8 in a row.
That they've won 8 in a row. Huh. I mean, the evidence point. It's we did a live stream on YouTube.
Yeah,
that hundreds of millions of people watched. It was the greatest YouTube show ever. And
okay, Trump,
you dodged the jinx.
Yeah.
And now everybody knows.
We need to slap hands right before Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
Now we're already moving on to the NBA Finals?
We all know. The series is over. They're not beating them 5 times. Let's stop.
Wow, you're declaring this thing over now.
They're not beating them 5 times.
You went from, I feel bad for these schmucks who spent $1,000 and now they have to leave early because they're getting belt to ass.
That was Cavs. AI. That was not me.
You have morphed. It was you. You've now morphed into this series is over?
Did you change your name to Al?
Yes, exactly. I've morphed into what everybody else is thinking. The Knicks are losing this series now.
Oh, my God.
Give it a rest. Give it a rest, really.
Really.
Let's go to Eddie in Vernon, New Jersey. What's up, Eddie?
Yo, what's going on, man? How you doing today?
Yo.
What's up?
What's up?
Yo, I wanted to talk about Aaron Rodgers a little bit. Aaron Rodgers has always been fueled by people that say that he can't do it. Right from the draft when he was number 24 overall.
Yes. Yes.
And then, in Green Bay, he's gone. He's washed. He can't do it no more. So what does he do? He proves everybody wrong. Then he goes to Pittsburgh, and everybody's like, he can't do it. I have a feeling Aaron Rodgers told everybody yesterday that he's retiring so everyone can pile on and he can come back next year, the year after, and show everyone he still can do it.
I agree that Aaron Rodgers has had a career built on people not believing in him.
Yep.
Like, I think that's a great point. I read the book that Ian O'Connor wrote a couple of years ago. I listened to the book that Ian O'Connor wrote. I want to be accurate with it. It was a book on tape. And Aaron definitely has like that. What is the thing on your shoulder?
Chip
on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
But what I heard Aaron Rodgers say yesterday, this is it. Like, this is my last year.
It's the first time we've heard him say that.
Correct. He's never said that before. My belief is that's what he thinks in the moment. Mm-hmm. Like, he's not lying to anybody. I think as he sits there in the middle of May getting ready for another NFL season, his view is this is it.
Right.
But I think so many circumstances can change that. I really do. I think him just having fun and having a great year.
Forget that. If they get to the NFC champion or the AFC, because the AFC, if they get to the AFC championship game, you think, and they lose to whoever, you think he's going to be like, yep, that's it.
No, I don't.
I'm done.
I agree with you. That's why I say circumstances.
Right.
Like, I think he's not lying, and he'll get killed for this next year if he decides to come back. I think in the moment, he's saying to himself, I'm done. Mm-hmm. This is my last year. But you don't actually know. I commend Eddie Scazzeri. Eddie Scazzeri announced his retirement a long time ago, and he always pinpointed tomorrow as the day. He always had the right to say, now that I've gotten closer, I've changed my mind.
Right.
You had the right to, when you retired, to say, you know what? I changed my mind. And so I look at Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, maybe if we'd gotten to the NFC Championship game.
You think so?
No chance.
I was going to ask.
No, I was done.
You were done. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is done. I think he said it, and we'll see what happens. All right, let me guess the Yankee turning point. Now I'm very curious, Tiki, because Sean has already warned us that so many people called in and got it wrong.
Yeah. Can I guess?
Of course. You want to go first?
Yeah. It's top of the 7th inning. Cam Schlittler walking in a run.
That's exactly what I was going to say, because that at-bat was a ridiculous at-bat.
Yeah, it was. And he just missed it. And you could see it on his face.
Yeah. Yeah. And it got him out of the game.
Yep.
Like, I mean, you can look before that and say the leadoff hit or the walk to Jesus Sanchez, which I thought was huge to put 2 guys on base. But because people had such a tough time guessing, I'm assuming it's not the Andres Gimenez walk. But I still agree with you. It was a 10-pitch at-bat.
Well, I think most
it was
people,
the difference in the game.
I think most people are going to say Vlad Jr.'s lifted fly ball to right field that got the lead, or ultimately was the game winner, even though the Yankees didn't decide to score until the bottom of the 9th inning.
You know what? Screw it. I'm changing it up. It is the Jesus Sanchez walk. Because think about the situation in the game. It's a 0-0 game. He gives up the leadoff hit to Aaron Boone. Yep. I mean, Ernie Clement.
They look alike.
I mean, it is like insane how much they look alike.
That was
it's
an
crazy.
intentional mistake, people, for those that don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Shut up, Tubby.
No, I didn't think Cam Schlittler gave up a base hit to Aaron Boone. But Aaron Boone and Ernie Clement.
I should stick you in a locker, geek.
I don't even think it's insulting. Like, Ernie Clement's a decent-looking guy. So he gives up the base hit to Ernie Clement. And now he's facing Jesus Sanchez, who, I mean, he's a failed prospect, former Marlin outfielder. And he walked him on 5 pitches. And Cam is a control pitcher. He's throwing strikes. So I'm going to get nuts and say the turning point of the game was Cam Schlittler walking Jesus Sanchez.
Now, what if I told you this is such an off-the-wall turning point, there was no audio of it until late into the postgame where they had to pull something and couldn't even label it in the normal play-by-play cuts.
Is that right?
Yes.
I think it would still be the Jesus Sanchez walk, right? Wouldn't it still be that?
You're wrong.
Still showing bunt. Gets it down on third base side. It'll be Goldie, and no, Goldie a little bit late as Goldie and Wells reach for the ball at the same time. Goldie made the throw, but it was late, and now the bases are loaded.
Oh, wow. It was the bunt before the walk?
Yeah, with the kind of collision there between Goldschmidt and Wells.
Wow, the Brandon Valenzuela bunt.
What would that have done? I mean, it would have
loaded the bases.
No. If they had gotten it, if they have gotten the out.
Second and third, 1 out. So that walk to Jimenez doesn't, it just loads the bases up.
Yeah, but
and then maybe Springer grounds into a double play. Remember, he grounded into a force out.
Yeah.
I mean, it may change the game. That's a tricky one.
That was
a tough one for people.
I'm not against it, though. Like, it was that kind of nerdy, geeky, in-the-weeds baseball game.
Yeah, like it was a small ball game.
Yeah.
I mean, even when you look at how the Yankees got their run, it was a mishandling of the glove. I forgot who the pitcher was, the relief pitcher, who the closer, whoever it was. He just misgloved it, and Jazz is safe. And then, like, it was one of those small ball games.
You know, I thought about this as I was watching the game, and I admit, I watched this game this morning. Like, the Yankee game late, the Western Conference late. I woke up very early and watched all this. As I'm watching the Yankee game, without knowing the result, I was like, oh, this is an Evan kind of baseball game. I love this. Pitchers duel, low scoring, little things. And I do wonder if people actually agree with me on that, because it feels like most people would have rather have watched like a 10-7 slugfest than that. I love that.
I think because of how, like, Cam Schlittler got in trouble in the 7th inning, and then Jake Bird kind of got out of it.
Yeah.
And so I think there was enough, like, dominant pitching that you had to be entertained by it. And then some, like, little errors and things that just kind of made it exciting and gave you a debate point, but then ultimately the Blue Jays close it out and take one out of that series.
So you enjoy a game like that more than 9-8?
I enjoy mainly because it moved.
Oh, that too, yeah. Okay, the game does move quicker.
Right.
What are you? Are you an offensive guy or a pitcher guy?
It depends on the pitching. Like, is it really good pitching or is it bad offense?
That was really
yeah,
good.
so I prefer a night like last night, but I like just to say a 2-1 game, that's not always the case. It's just bad hitting and bad approach. But a game like last night, I like a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel.
Yankees have some big decisions to make in the next 24 hours, and one of the decisions they should make they'll never make, but they should. And I'll tell you what it is coming up, plus more Knicks talk at 888-808-1019. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home. Did I already do that? No, do it. Spring is it's always perfect time to refresh your home. And Windorama's making it easier than ever during these spring refresh sales. Save up to 30% on your window and door project. Plus, take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation. Shop from home. Let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today. Who's Hot in Baseball is sponsored by Petro Home Services. San Diego's Gavin Sheets is hot. He batted .474, hit 4 home runs, and drove in 8 runs over the last week. Don't let your AC strike out this summer. Petro's tune-up and repair team had you covered. Go with your local HVAC pros. Go with Petro. For special offers, go to petro.com. That's petro.com.
I am always incredibly busy juggling life and moving around, travel, etc. So I turned to our partners at Sloman's, who had recently installed the Sloman Shield Link system into my home. It combines safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I could manage right from my phone in the palm of my hand. Whether it's the garage doors opener, the lighting, the Alexa control, the doorbell camera, or the Apple Music that I can dial up before I even get into the house, I'm always feeling like my home is under my control. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Sloman Shield Link system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME. Or visit Slomans.com.
Total Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is expanding across Long Island, New York City, and Jersey with new locations opening in Comac, Babylon, and West Orange. Expert care is closer than ever. Their top-rated doctors treat everything from everyday injuries to complex orthopedic conditions. Whether you're on your journey, they are there to help you move forward. They're the experts at getting you back to being you. Visit TotalOrthoSportsMed.com to schedule your appointment today or call 855-321-ORTHO.
The Travelers Championship. This is where greatness locks in, where the wins hit harder. For 4 perfect days in June, see returning champion Keegan Bradley and more of the world's best like Scotty Scheffler, Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose, and Cameron Young at nearby TPC River Highlands, June 24th through the 28th. For tickets and information, go to TravelersChampionship.com. The Travelers Championship. Now is the time. This is the place.
Get breaking sports news here. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, an Odyssey sports station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
To everybody complaining that the Oklahoma City Thunder and Isaiah Hartenstein too physical last night with Victor Wembanyama, what do you expect Oklahoma City to do? It's not quite like prime Shaq in terms of size, but Wemby and his height and his ability, if you don't play physical with him, he's going to score 40 points a game. So of course that's what's going to happen. You would do the same thing if you were OKC. I'm Nick Costos.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Do you owe back taxes or have unfiled tax returns? The IRS won't quit until they get your money. Here's great news, fresh from those in the know. Major changes have happened at the IRS. If you owe more than $10,000, you may be eligible for a 99% reduction of what you owe. Haven't filed a return for a while? Their happy clients are talking.
The IRS was going to levy my bank account, but Guardian was able to prevent that and fix all my IRS issues. Thanks again, Guardian Tax.
Need relief from crushing tax debt? The IRS now has special programs. Guardian Tax knows all about them. Personal or business, this is the fresh new brick you've been hoping for.
We aren't the company you call when you need a hug because you're scared of the IRS. Guardian Tax is the company that wins when you need it most.
Guardian Tax Service is really great to work with. They really helped me out. I'd recommend them highly.
Call now for a free confidential consultation. 800-499-1424. 800-499-1424. 800-499-1424.
Welcome to 215 Maple Drive. We just put this property on the market.
Love the crown molding.
Oh, wait until you see the walk-in closets and the bathroom tile.
Does it have Verizon Fios? 100% fiber internet?
No Fios, but it looks like it's got cable. Let's check out the kitchen.
No Fios? Yeah, no thank you.
Don't you want to see the rest? Okay, bye-bye.
Get Verizon Fios, because when you're moving, it's 100% or nothing.
Nothing pairs better with Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka like a day on the golf course. Made with real vodka, real tea, and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer. It's Surfside. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
The playoffs are underway, and it's the most electric time in basketball. On Kalshi, you can trade on every single playoff game, every series, the conference finals, and the championship. Right now, New York is trading at 13% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $673 if they take the title. As the playoffs heat up, those numbers move in real time, and you can buy in and out anytime. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC, that's CMAC, to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, value, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Carpal tunnel syndrome. Heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises, and no money down. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
The Yankees have to make a couple of decisions. Now, they're stupid, small, but really big decisions. Does that make any sense? Like,
Yes.
it's tiny, right, but they're enormous. They're enormous decisions that on the surface feel like, oh, that's not really a big deal. So last night, when the Yankees lost, after Jake Burr tried to clean up the Cam Schlittler mess, they went to a young pitcher by the name of Giovanni Cruz, who just got called up.
Right. He healed.
He did what?
He dealt.
He dealt. Did you see Giovanni Cruz last night, Sean?
Yes, swing and miss stuff is what we've been waiting for the last couple weeks in the
Just
minors.
throw strikes, man.
That's it.
Throw strikes.
He everything you guys just said, right?
Yes.
Looked amazing. Everything we've been waiting for. Blah 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 blah. There's a damn good chance he gets sent down to the minor leagues.
Nope, not going to happen.
There's a chance he gets sent down to the minor leagues.
Why do you say not happening, Sean?
Well, first and foremost, you're talking about Garrett Cole coming back here. I think the Yankees, with Garrett Cole coming back, are going to make probably a decision on either Blackburn or Yarbrough.
Well, that's what they should do.
Yeah.
I agree with you. We are not arguing in terms of what they should do, but the way baseball works, unfortunately, with Brian Cashman and others, is they say, well, we can keep the pitcher by sending him down.
Right.
We can't do that with Paul Blackburn. We have to DFA his ass, and he's actually been pretty good, and someone will pick him up. And so there's a decent chance that the guy you've been waiting for, the guy with the swing and miss stuff, the guy who, let's get nuts, could end up being the closer of the New York Yankees. Let's get nuts.
No, you're not joking.
Why not?
And this is why. And you got to know that Brian Cashman and the Yankees are going to do the thing, make a decision that gives them the most options.
And that would be sending Cruz
and that
down?
would be optioning Cruz back down. Now, the
Yes.
problem is if he goes down, he can't come back for, 15 days?
10 days.
10 days unless someone gets hurt. And so you lose him for a week and a half. And so you might want to use him again or give him another opportunity to show that he can be eventually, as Evan was alluding to, the closer for this team at some point.
But this is the way baseball works, and it's infuriating and it's frustrating.
Right.
But the New York Yankees are acting slightly different this season. They are showing a tad bit more of urgency this season. There's so many little examples of it.
Volpe being the most prominent.
Sure. Volpe going to the minor leagues is a great one. Garrett Cole, the urgency of starting tomorrow night against Tampa, a game that's significant as they try to come back, win this division, potentially win a tiebreaker. This would be another one of those examples of Brian Cashman telling everyone we're going to act different this year.
I think we're pretty good.
Like, you can't send Giovanni Cruz down. Tell Paul Blackburn or Ryan Yarbrough, we appreciate your time. They could send Jake Bird down. You may not want to, but you could.
They could even send, and I know he's been good, they could send Hedrick down for 10 days to kind of give him a little rest.
I mean, he pitches every day. You can't take the binky away from Aaron Boone.
But the point is, maybe
You're an
that's to
idiot.
protect a little bit. And I'll say this, for all the bashing I do of Brian Cashman, and all you want to talk about the Yankees acting different, the one thing Brian Cashman loves above anything else is proving he's the smartest guy in the room when it comes to reliever decisions. So that's what makes me think he's going to stay, because this is the typical Cashman. Oh, we've had these guys, it's time, they've come up. He loves showing you he's the smartest guy when it comes to bullpen decisions.
I hope they make the right decision. But believe it or not, when I said that there's something the Yankees need to do that they won't do, this is not what I was referring to. It's actually something else. And before I tell you what it is, I want to take this guy on hold because he wants to talk about the subject of this decision. And I'm curious if he's on the same page as me. Chris in the Bronx. Chris, what's on your mind today?
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for getting me on. Yeah, you nailed it. You're speaking about urgency and the Yankees being different this year. The Yankees cannot go into, I want to say, middle of June, if that, with the catcher depth that they have. It can't be Austin Wells, at least not a starting catcher. At least not an everyday catcher. I do have a suggestion, but it would take the Yankees being the Yankees in order for them to, the Yankees that they are this year, in order for them to do it.
Go.
And my suggestion would be Shea Langelier from the Oakland A's. I know right now they're in first place. Him and Austin Wells are about the same age, but the difference is Austin Wells is going the opposite direction and Langelier is going up. It will take the Yankees to be different, meaning maybe Volpe and a top 10 prospect. But if that's what it takes, I believe the Yankees will not.
Lombard Jr.
Come on.
Are you trading George Lombard Jr. for the Shea Langeliers?
No chance.
Well,
I am not, because that's part of my infield depth, right?
No, I get why you don't want to do it, but you're talking about a 28-year-old catcher coming off back-to-back, basically 30 home run seasons. Like, he's one of the best offensive catchers in baseball. What do you think, the A's are just going to hand him to you? Especially as they get ready to move to Vegas? Like, you're not getting him unless you really, really, really have to pay.
Right.
So, our last caller.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to go get an elite top-end potential long-term future catcher like that, like Langeliers.
Because they're not trading him.
One, they're not trading him, but what you would have to give up would compromise what you're doing in the next couple of years.
Yeah, I just said what you'd have to give up, and everyone was like, oh, my God, how could you even suggest that?
You have to do like what the Braves just did with the Drake Baldwin, who is on the 10-day IL right now. They traded for Jonah Heim, who's not like a top-end catcher, but he's solid.
He's a major league catcher.
He's a major league catcher. So that's what Yankees are likely going to have to do, especially if they make the decision that Austin Wells is beyond fixing.
But here's the thing. It's the middle of May. Like, the better catchers, the Ryan Jeffers of the world, are not going to just be traded today.
Right.
So what are you going to do about it right now? And it does relate to Austin Wells. What I would do with Austin Wells is you've got to send him down to the minor leagues immediately. And that sounds crazy for Brian Cashman because he doesn't do it.
Right.
But Austin Wells has played so badly, he is so unplayable, that he can't be on this roster. Now, that doesn't mean I'm giving up on him. We've seen examples more with the Mets than the Yankees, but this is actually one area where I'll compliment the Mets.
The man from Milwaukee.
Where they sent down Francisco Alvarez. Remember that? You guys remember that last year?
Of course.
And he actually came back and played well.
I mean, part of that was because he was hurt.
No, it's because he sucked.
Well, he did suck, but he was coming off injury.
Yeah, look, injuries.
And so he just, like, his approach changed. He had the hamate thing, right? And so it just, he never got the field the same. And so he not accepted, he was told to, and he went down to the minor leagues, and he fixed himself.
He came back as a better player, unfortunately got hurt again, and that's the story of his career. But they did that. They did that with Michael Conforto many years ago. Like, you can send prospects down.
Yeah.
And we talked about it with Anthony Volpe last year. Like, they should send Anthony Volpe down. Yeah. They wouldn't do it.
But the difference with Volpe is that there was a George Lombard waiting down there, right? There's, what's the other kid? Dax Kilby, he's waiting down there. Like, at some point, they have people who could replace Volpe.
Yeah, but you know what?
Who's replacing Austin Wells?
I will tell you that right now. And it's not a superstar. It's not someone who's even the long-term answer. But right now, you need to have Austin Wells try to be fixed because he's broken.
Right.
He's a broken baseball player. And so you got two options with a broken baseball player. You just play him every day hoping it's going to change, or you could do something about it. Sending him down to the minor leagues to try to fix himself is a worthy idea.
Right.
Now, they have a guy in the minor leagues I'm familiar with because he played for the Mets and he's a career veteran minor leaguer. His name is Ali Sanchez. Ali Sanchez is a capable major league catcher. He's not unplayable the way Austin Wells is. And, I got another little factoid about him. It's crazy. You ready for this?
Let's hear it.
He bats right-handed. So you won't have to have two left-handed catchers.
Right.
This isn't about Ali Sanchez. It's about the fact that Austin Wells right now is a lost puppy dog. And the New York Yankees have failed at taking their lost puppy dogs and trying to fix them by sending them down to the minor leagues where every at-bat won't be scrutinized, where every challenge won't be scrutinized, where he's not going to hear it from anybody around him.
Yeah.
It's a quiet place to fix yourself. Austin Wells needs to be sent down to the minor leagues. And if the Yankees are moving differently, and it feels like they are this season, wouldn't that be a sign of it?
It would. But you know why I think this doesn't happen? It's not loud enough. Like, we can sit here, the in the weeds Yankee fan can sit here and scream and yell about Austin Wells, but it's not going to be the top story. This isn't Anthony Volpe, right? This isn't.
Doesn't that make it easier though? It's not embarrassing. It's not a headline story. It's just an important thing to do.
I just think it has more to do with the strength of the team right now is the pitching, and I think he handles the staff well.
Yeah.
And I think you're just biting the bullet on the fact that he's lost at the plate.
Yeah, but it's going to get worse.
I agree with you.
Yeah, but how much worse? If he's even worse, does it make this team worse?
Yeah, he's unplayable right now.
He's unplayable offensively.
Well, I don't even think his defense is that great either. And I don't think his challenges are that great at times.
We're basing it off a metric that has no empirical evidence around it.
Well, I'm just giving you
no idea. It's not even been. It's been a quarter and some change of the season.
I'm not saying
we can't talk about his challenge history.
I am. I don't think it's that good, and I think that right now you got to try to fight it. You got to try to fix him. It's the middle of May, so you've got time to send him down, maybe get things right, and then he comes back in a month. And he's a different ball player. We know what he's capable of. This is a guy that got Rookie of the Year votes 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was third in Rookie of the Year.
So let's not conflate that guy sucks, get rid of him versus sending a guy down to the minor leagues may help them. We all thought that with Anthony Volpe a year plus ago. And you have a guy in the minor leagues at least who, while I'm not trying to make him out to be a superstar, he's played in the majors before. He's a capable baseball player. He can come up and get. And the other thing it does, you know what else I like? Aaron Boone opened his mouth in spring training.
There you go.
Oh, really? You like what I'm about to say?
I do, because this is put up or shut up time for a comment.
I botched it again.
A comment that had no reason to be made earlier.
All right, you take over then. Go ahead.
It was calling J.C. Escara a top 12 catcher in baseball. I think he put the number 12 on it, right? Go give him the runway now. Now, he's played a little more recently. If you really believe that and you're the manager of the Yankees, this is the time where you could both simultaneously let Austin Wells try to rehab himself a little bit and get himself right, but also put your money where your mouth is. You feel that way about J.C. Escara? No better time than now to make sure he's playing 5 days a week. Let's go.
Is that like your favorite opinion that I've ever had that you just couldn't wait to say, like, yes, I'm with you, let's go?
You heard the way I tried to jump down your throat. Yes.
Yeah, you jumped on my opinion to say, let me take it, which I have no problem with. You can have it.
No, because
gives
it makes
you more
sense.
of a chance to talk. But, like, I never seen you so excited about an opinion I was about to have.
Because it makes sense. Because you know why? It's one thing for us to have all rolled our eyes when Aaron Boone said that. It's another thing to say, there's actually an opportunity to see if you're right. Yeah. Let's go. Because it can't be worse than Austin Wells at the plate, and J.C. Scar's been fine defensively as well.
So that's what you do. I think we're all in agreement. Yeah. Brian Cashman wakes up this morning and says, all right, I've had enough of Austin Wells.
I think we're pretty
You send him down, you call up Ali Sanchez, you let J.C. Escara play, and we'll reevaluate the situation in a month where maybe you have an answer between those two guys. Or you say, wow, we really do need to go trade for a catcher.
Right. And maybe Escara is one of those guys that gets better with rhythm. And let's not forget, the rest of Major League Baseball is littered with guys the Yankees treated like backup catchers that are now playing significant time elsewhere. Maybe Escara is the guy that doesn't have to get away.
It is
and
true.
He proves to be the starter.
The Yankees are like the linebacker university of catchers. Like, not great catchers, but
solid,
serviceable, breathing Major League catchers around the sport. So it's very, very true. Ozzie in Woodridge. What's up, Oz?
Hello, everybody. How you doing?
All's well.
Wonderful.
All right. Sean almost did it to me again. Used my info on the call screen and almost had a premature one right there.
What, he almost stole like an opinion of yours? Is that what you're suggesting?
Again, just like my Royal Rumble opinion that I had a while back.
All right.
I just wanted to remind all Yankee fans that the Yankees traded Luis Torrens, a very serviceable, professional Major League catcher. He's not Johnny Bench offensively, but they traded him to the Mets for $100,000.
Ozzie.
What could they do with Torrens right now?
Ozzie, I love you.
Yes.
You are such a loser right now.
Why?
Wow. I'll tell you why. The Mets suck. We all know that.
Okay.
The hot streak of beating the Yankees, that went well. Blowing a 5-0 lead 2 days ago and yesterday. And so your only retort at this point in the season, in a way to mock the Yankees, is to call up and say, nanny, nanny, poo-poo, we have Luis Torrens.
That's the topic of the moment right now. I just wanted...
I understand that, but really, we have joy over the fact that, wow, we got Luis Torrens. And I like Luis Torrens. That's how we're going to... By the way, 2 days ago, Luis Torrens couldn't catch a freaking baseball thrown to him by Bo Bichette, and he couldn't block a pitch right to him, and it was a pass ball. Luis Torrens had one of the worst defensive games I think I've ever seen 2 days ago. So is this really the moment, even if we're talking about the Yankee catching issues, to go nanny, nanny, poo-poo, we have Luis Torrens?
No, definitely not.
No, Texas Ranger fan could call that about Higashioka. They want to do that. Not Ozzie right now.
Yeah, that's not the one. But, yeah, they did give him away for a bag of balls. And I think you take him back right now if the Mets offered him. But they're not going to offer him back.
Why would they?
No, they just signed him to an extension.
Exactly.
I mean, it was a week ago. It came out. He got an extension. But good try, Ozzie. I mean, anytime you could try to make fun of the Yankees, you may as well try.
And I know that they've punted this down the road. There is a world where you're allowed to play Ben Rice at catcher and Paul Goldschmidt at first base, though.
Yeah.
I don't know why they've been so resistant.
That's a desperation move. I don't see that happening. They want Ben Rice to DH and to develop into a great first baseman.
I agree, but sometimes if you want versatility on your team, lean into it when it's
he's
needed.
not young because he's 27, right? Because he's the same age as Juan Soto. Because we were talking about that when you said you were in your Juan Soto jersey to the Yankees game.
I didn't do that, though.
You didn't?
No.
I mean, you could have got away with it. But the point is, he's got to become something in the field. And I think it's not going to be catcher.
I almost think his success this season is ruining the opportunity for them to move behind the plate because they don't want to screw with him.
Right.
They have a guy who's having a great year. And it's weird to say this about Aaron Judge, but Aaron Judge is not having a great year.
He isn't.
It's odd because his numbers are still good.
He's hit a bunch of home runs, but Aaron Judge relative to Aaron Judge is having a 30% down year. From at least from a hitting perspective.
Well, he sets the bar so high.
100%.
So, in a year in which Aaron Judge is having a quote-unquote down year, they need Ben Rice, and I almost think there's a fear on screwing with him since it's working so well.
Right.
Like putting the tools of ignorance on and saying catch once a week, I think they're almost afraid to do, which is why, when we have this discourse about catcher, I'm slowly but surely not even bringing it up anymore. Because it's like, I don't think they're going to do it.
Well, it's not going to happen.
And if it does happen, it feels like it would only be once a week.
Yeah.
So it's not fixing the problem. It's just giving you an option once a week with more flexibility. It's not like he's ever going to be, at least this season, the everyday catcher for the New York Yankees.
Nor should he be. But I'm fine with once, twice a week.
Let's go to Angel in the Bronx. What's up, Angel?
Buenos dias. Tiki, I got to correct you on something.
Jonah Heim was with the Braves, but he got traded earlier in the season to the Athletics.
Oh, right. That's right. But they had him there.
Yeah, so
for
now
when Drake got hurt.
Yes, but I think they traded him when Sean Murphy came back. But Sean Murphy is a walking IL stint.
Yeah, he's always right. They're gonna have to make a move at some point.
Yeah, now Sandy Leon is the catcher for the Braves.
And unfortunately, Drake Baldwin was having another monster year after last year's great rookie year, and he got hurt, and he's on the IL now.
Absolutely. Can I talk about the Mets real quick and this Luis Torrens stuff? The guy has become so bad since getting extended. Coincidence?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Luis Torrens, and I like Luis Torrens. Luis Torrens.
But you don't know. You don't know.
Well, I don't know. I'm just going to give you my assumption, though.
Go ahead.
Luis Torrens is the definition of a backup catcher. And he's a good one, right? He's good defensively. He can shut down a run game. He gets clutch hits every once in a while. Like,
but did he get comfortable?
Well, hold on. I'm not done yet.
Okay.
He is in a beaker. If you stuck in a beaker, isn't that what you do, science experiments? And you tried to create the perfect backup catcher?
Yeah. It's also, I think people would think Petri dish, but go ahead.
Petri dish is better. I think I'm going to go with that.
Beaker works.
If you were going to create like the ideal backup catcher in a beaker and a Petri dish, the person would be Luis Torrens.
Test tube.
In a test
tube. There it is.
Here's the problem with the perfect backup catcher. Once the backup catcher needs to be the starting catcher, they get exposed. And so what concerns me about Torrens, and it doesn't make full sense when you have a bad defensive day or bad defensive days, but it feels like he's just being exposed. He's not an everyday catcher. And unfortunately, the circumstances the Mets are in with the injury to Francisco Alvarez is that Luis Torrens has to play every day. He doesn't play every day. He's not used to playing every day. And so I'm going to be fair to the man and say it's not getting fat because of a contract. I think it's the fact that he's playing every day, and ideally, that's not who he is. That's my answer on Luis Torrens.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that, but I would think that a guy who doesn't play every day, who gets an opportunity, Jose Caballero gets an opportunity to play every day, would take advantage of it. And he just
doesn't always work that way, though.
So what you're saying is he just doesn't have the ability to be an everyday catcher.
I don't think, I mean, maybe. I don't know
then
if
why extend him?
Because backup catchers are really important. Yeah. Like having a guy who can play 50 games a season or whatever that number adds up to coming off your bench in case there is an injury or that day game after night game, there's a value to that. It's not like they gave him $30 million a year, but it's like a backup quarterback sometimes. Like they get exposed. Guys get exposed when you ask too much from them.
Right.
But the other day, he sucked. He was awful. I mean, he was a big reason why they blew that game the other night. The pass ball, the play he doesn't make on the Bo Bichette throw. And not only that, the Mets have lost 2 games in a row, and that's bad enough. We have another attempt by some in the media to create a fake LOL Mets story. We all heard it the other day from Joe Davis.
Oh, no, the Mets.
Remember that? Does Carson Benz drop the pop-up? Well,
oh, no, the Mets.
I'm going to play for you another sad attempt to LOL the Mets when they don't even deserve it. There are plenty of reasons to make fun of the Mets, not invented ones. I'll play that for you coming up, plus more on what the Knicks have to do tonight to keep the momentum going and take a 2-0 series lead. 888-808-1019. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Window-Rama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window indoor project, plus take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Window-Rama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit WindowRama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
If you're looking to level up your wardrobe, check out Collars & Co. You might have seen them on Shark Tank where they landed a deal with Mark Cuban. They're the team behind the dress collar polo that sold over 1 million shirts. And now they've launched the Maverick Performance Blazer. And this thing is legit. Sharp, lightweight, completely wrinkle-resistant, making it perfect for travel. Just back it up and it comes out looking fresh. Plus, get smart features like security zip pockets, a sunglasses loop, and an optional pocket square. So hit up collarsandco.com. Use code Tiki for 20% off. That's at collarsandco.com.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Ray Cattina, Mercedes-Benz of Edison.
Summer starts behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz at the Mercedes-Benz of Edison Memorial Day sales event. Shop over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience Ray Katina customer service, and you'll see why Mercedes-Benz of Edison earned the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com.
I fell in love with a cat. We're throwing one of the biggest parties of the year and want you there. Come hang with us at WFAN's annual kickoff to summer with Boomer and Gio. Live from DJ's on Ocean Avenue in Belmar. Tomorrow at 6 a.m. We'll get your Memorial Day weekend started with a bash featuring special guest, certified platinum country rock band, Parmalee. We want to see you and your friends down the shore for WFAN's Kickoff to Summer 2026. Brought to you by Cooper Electric and your home for New York sports, WFAN.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises. Score our John Starks special this month. A Kia Sportage for just $333 a month with just $3 due at signing. That's right, all threes. It's my favorite number. What we say is what it is, period. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens.
36-month lease excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. Expires June 1st.
The most important meal of the day just got better at Dunkin'. Now you can get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. 6 crispy golden hash browns, a warm, delicious bacon, egg, and cheese, and a medium coffee to start your day off right. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way or order Dunkin's $6 meal deal. No substitutions, participation times may vary. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now, for a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more and switch.
For new Fios, internet, and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
I'm Tyler Kolick, and I got my Lincoln at Lincoln of Queens. They even delivered it right to my door. When it's time to save, it's time to go to Lincoln of Queens. Go New York, go New York, go.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones, big and small. We've helped mark the moments that matter the most to our customers. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank Thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Rutgers football is just around the corner. Your Scarlet Knights return to Piscataway this fall. Don't miss a moment.
Rutgers Nation, this is Coach Shiano. Keep chopping.
Plus, the return of the Rutgers Boardwalk. Join the fun before all Rutgers home football games. Free rides, games, prizes, and more. Plus, New Jersey's best local food trucks. It's free family fun. That's all at the Rutgers Boardwalk. Join the fun. Rutgers football's back in Piscataway this fall. Don't miss a moment.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 6/1/26. See dealer for warranty details.
Take the guesswork out of cooking, folks. The Chef IQ Senses a must-have wireless cooking thermometer that eliminates under or overcooking chicken, fish, or steak. Order the newly released 3rd-generation Chef IQ Sense at chefiq.com. That's chefiq.com. Hey everyone, Boomer Esiason here. I've spent years on the field learning what really matters most: reliability, consistency, and trust. That's why I love Red Pocket Mobile. You choose from 3 major 5G networks. Plans start at just $10 a month and stay there. Plus real customer care answers in under 2 minutes. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. The Thunder even their series with the Spurs last night, 122-113, as SGA dropped 30 points. Injury concerns, though, for both teams. Jalen Williams and Dylan Harper both left the game with hamstring injuries. And on the ice, John Tortorella's Golden Knights stole Game 1 on the road in Colorado 4-2 to take a 1-0 series lead in the Western Conference Finals. This Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Throughout the Knicks season, through the regular season mostly, every once in a while, we would play Doug Lust. Doug Lust is a guy on Twitter or social media or X, whatever it's called now, who will perform music around every Knick game. Like he'll write a song about the game that took place. And some of them, we were like, we got to play this on the air and give this man some love.
I did it without a point guard.
Yeah.
My president was Isaiah.
So Doug Lust is actually stopping by in about a half hour.
Oh, that's awesome.
So pick his brain on how he got involved in that and talk some Knick basketball
And
coming up.
featured in Rolling Stone today, Doug Lust.
And he's featured in Rolling Stone.
Yeah, big day.
Because of his
for him.
Knicks fandom?
Yeah, and making the music for the playoff run.
That's fantastic.
It's a great...
And it's all genres. That's the beauty of it.
Oh, yeah. And it's so creative, and it's done throughout the regular season. So, like, sometimes after the Knicks would lose a game or win a game, one of the first things I would check is Doug Lust's music. Like, what do we got today? What do we got? Like, I think there was one after a Net game that I really loved where he was mocking the tank that the Nets were doing. And I was like, this is fantastic. So, very, very talented man. And he deserves all the attention he's getting. So, we'll give him some attention at 12 and talk some Knick basketball with him. Look, we know the Mets suck, all right? I think that's accepted. And we know LOL Mets is back. Joe Davis had his big kind of thing on Saturday after Carson Benz dropped the pop-up.
Oh, no, the Mets.
But what happened yesterday, I still can't believe it. And I'm going to play it for you, but Sean is leaving, so I'm a little concerned. Oh, yeah, he's coming back. So, you know Zach Thornton, who made his Major League debut yesterday?
Yes. For the Mets, starting pitcher. For change. It's okay. He was an okay.
Well, I'm going to talk about his performance last night. It wasn't great.
He was okay.
He actually settled in, I thought.
Yeah, he was okay. After giving up a 3-run home run, he was okay.
I don't know if Zach Thornton is ready. Like, I think, unfortunately, the Mets are in this spot right now where they're calling up a lot of young players.
Right.
And
it's a conundrum.
They may not be ready.
Right.
A.J. Ewing may be ready. I'm not sure if Zach Thornton is ready.
Jonathan might get the call up.
Yeah, he's certainly not ready.
Right.
Especially the way he's pitched. Well, Zach's a young man. He's a left-handed pitcher. His dad had a medical procedure. I think he was paralyzed briefly, and so it was emotional that he was at the game last night. But he's a good young star. He's a young pitcher making his Major League debut. Why would that be make funnable? Like, what's to make fun of? Well, either you're an idiot or you're a willing idiot. Because many years ago, the New York Mets had a young first baseman named Ike Davis. You guys remember Ike Davis? He was a failed prospect, and eventually the Mets traded Ike Davis. They traded him away. In 2014, they traded Ike Davis away.
Okay.
And they got back someone else named Zach Thornton. Same name. Zach spelled differently.
Okay.
Take a listen. Eddie Scazzeri, are you leaving the building for the final time? Oh, in 5 minutes? All
Okay.
right. Can you come in and hug us before you leave? We got to get an Eddie Scazzeri hug.
Yeah.
Actually, let's hug him, and then you're not going to believe what you're about to hear because this is just driving me nuts. So, again, Zach Thornton, the other Zach Thornton, was acquired by the Mets in 2014 for Ike Davis. Right-handed pitcher with Zach spelled differently. I think it's with a K instead of an H. There you go, Eddie.
There are many ways to spell Zach. With a K, with an H, C-H, just with a C.
Yes. Different people.
Yes.
Separated by about 14 years in age.
This is also, by the way, so perfect for Eddie's career. He's given like these emotional hugs out, and we're just, here's this Mets clip that's got to be played.
That's how Eddie would want it.
That's
so
how we'd
perfect.
Want it.
So perfect.
We're doing the show. Here are the Marlin announcers either pretending or being morons in not knowing who is making their major league debut for the New York Mets last night in Washington.
Mets are trotting out a right-hander by the name of Zach Thornton, who is making his major league debut. Young kid, if you think 38 years old is young. He was a part of a deal. Remember Ike Davis of the New York Mets?
I do. Left-hand hitting first baseman.
He was traded by the Mets to the Pirates on April 18th of 2014 for a player to be named later, and Zach Thornton. So the guy debuting for the Mets tonight was acquired by New York in 2014, 12 years ago. He's allowed 4 runs through 3 innings at Nats Park. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's so crazy because it's not true, you morons.
You remember yesterday when we were talking about how much I love the word idiot?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Or ignorant.
Ignorant is the word you love. Yeah.
And I said, but there are people who are uninformed, ignorant, but are also stupid.
Yeah.
That was ignorant and stupid.
Oh, no, the Mets.
That's embarrassingly bad.
It's embarrassing.
That's bad. This is what you do for a living, and you think that this is the Zach Thornton from 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Not a kid who's 21, 22 years old.
And it's not like the name is that. I mean, Zach Thornton.
How about you just go to MLB.com/prospects and look up which one of these prospects is making his debut.
And
it is really easy to I'm not saying to do that job because it's a hard job. I've done it obviously on an analyst side for football. It's a lot of work. But that little detail is not hard to figure out.
And when you read it on Twitter, which is probably what you did,
right,
maybe you should make sure that it's not a parody account.
That's
by saying to yourself,
morons.
2014. Let me do some research to find out if it is the same Zach Thornton. So here's what annoys me. The Mets are having a bad year, and there are reasons to mock the New York Mets. If you're the Miami Marlin broadcasters and you want to talk about their payroll and the amount of money that isn't playing right now for the New York Mets, have at it. Like, who am I to say no about that? The Mets are having a disappointing season. They're having a lost season, as I've said. And if you want to mock that, it is absolutely fair game. But don't make crap up. Don't mock us for things that are unmockable. They didn't call up a 38-year-old who they acquired 12 years ago. That didn't happen. That guy you're referring to hasn't pitched in organized baseball since 2017. That's the guy you're talking about.
Team Israel.
Team Israel in the WBC or the qualifications of the WBC. Don't mock us when we don't deserve to be mocked. Because trust me, there's plenty of stuff to say about the Mets to mock them. You don't need to fall in line to a dumb made-up story. 2-bit announcers down in Miami laughing at us. Oh, he must be young. How old is he?
Oh, no, the Mets.
And
Only 38.
This is all Joe Davis's fault because he normalized mocking the Mets for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like he did this on Saturday night.
What is he? Zach Thornton is 24 years old.
Yes!
24 years old.
Yes!
Unrelated.
They're unrelated. And the Zach is spelled differently, and he's a lefty, and he wasn't traded for Ike Davis. Like,
I mean, don't let the details get in the way of a fun little anecdotal story.
don't let the details get in the way of a cheap way to laugh at the New York Mets.
Right.
And that's what they did. And that's why it annoys me, because normally it shouldn't annoy me. Like, who cares about some two-bit announcers in Miami? But this is what's happened. And let the New York Knicks be a learning example for us and for the Mets. The only way to get the stench of LOL off of you is to just win so much that they can't laugh anymore. That's all you can do. Because there's no LOLing the New York Knicks. You know why? Because they win now.
Right.
And when you win, there ain't much you can say. So, unfortunately, this is something that we as Met fans are just going to have to live with people in the national media and the local media just making fun of us for no reason.
I felt violated.
But the only thing that can change it is just going out and winning.
So Zach Thornton, the 38-year-old with the K, he never pitched in the majors?
I don't think so.
Wow.
He didn't make it.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the major league stats.
Great trade, Sandy.
It's only giving me the minor league stats and Israel, obviously.
That means he didn't make it.
He didn't make it.
If you can't find the major league stats, there are no major league stats. Those dummies down in Florida. Let's go to Ed in Mohegan. What's up, Ed?
Hey, guys. How you doing this morning? Listen, I want to talk about Austin Wells, and it's directly in parallel to what Giovanni Cruz did last night. Because not only did they bring him into the pressure situation, but he just looked comfortable in the role. He looked like he had been pitching all year. Now, you all saw the game last night, correct? The Yankee game?
Yes.
All right. One of Wells' strikeouts, the catcher lost the ball. He dropped it on strike 3. And now normally, even if they're going to be thrown out 95% of the time, the runner tries to go to first base because he has to be thrown out, right?
Yeah.
He sees the ball trickle away from the catcher and just kind of slunks to the dugout. The body look, maybe I'm overanalyzing, but that coupled with what he did with the throw,
Ed, I don't
the
think
play I'm talking about?
Right. I don't think you're over analyzing it. I think you're just you're showing how he actually feels. He's telling us by his body language, Austin Wells, when he strikes out, that I'm lost and I like the fundamentals of the game aren't clicking with me. And so it's actually more evidence to what Evan is suggesting.
Thank you.
Send them down to the minors.
Yes. Sometimes that's what you have to do.
Little things that you're supposed to, that should be rote. Like, you shouldn't even think about it. Like, strike 3, ball hits the ground, run. Right? It's just, you don't think about it. It's like balls coming at you, put your glove up, catch it. Right? It's rote. But when you stop doing those things, then something's wrong with you. And that requires somewhere to fix it without the pressure.
That's why the minor leagues is not a crazy option. And I think sometimes we hear minor leagues and sending down someone who hasn't been in the minor leagues in a few years, and you take it as like the ultimate demotion and the ultimate admission of failure. It's not. Like, good players have been sent down before they put it all together. And it's not even about Austin Wells becoming a good or great player. It's about him becoming a major league player that you can put out there on the field. Right now, you can't. Like, he's become unplayable at catcher.
I mean, you can. It's just, you're not going to get much production out of him.
I mean, look, you can do a lot of things. It doesn't make it wise. Like, I just don't think right now he's playing like a major league catcher.
You know what's not wise? Sean decided to draft him. Sean, we need a catcher.
I didn't draft him. I signed him as a free agent, too.
Did you?
Yes, because we needed a backup catcher.
Now, guess what I've been doing the last 3 breaks?
Chasing the waiver wire for a catcher in fantasy baseball?
There are none.
Injuries hit the thumb in the Pro Bowl hard here.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is the beauty of fantasy baseball in all seriousness. I'm not even joking. When people call up right now and we have discourse about catching and like, oh, the Yankees got to find the catcher. When you're in fantasy baseball looking for catchers and you realize that 90% of them are not good, you know the answer to the people calling up the radio to ask the question,
right.
What catcher can we get?
It's like, there aren't any.
The answer's nobody. The answer's nobody. You know what I was thinking about last night? I'm sorry, this is unrelated to Austin Wells, but a couple of years ago, I was asked, how much would you pay to see the Jets in the Super Bowl? And it was a very interesting question because, and I don't mean like to buy their success. I mean, the Jets are in the Super Bowl. They have made it.
How much are you spending to buy the ticket to go to the Super Bowl?
How much are you willing to spend to see your team in the Super Bowl? And it was a very interesting question because it's like, I have a wife and kid now. I mean, I can give you an answer, but at some point my wife may come in and veto it. Yeah. And so my answer was $10,000. Like, would I spend $10,000
for you individually?
For me individually, so that means $20,000 if I'm taking my dad or one of my kids, and $40,000 if I'm taking 4 people. But that was the number I came out to.
That is steep, dude.
You think that's too steep?
I mean, that's a lot of money.
I understand that, but it's also the Super Bowl.
Of course.
And it's my team in it.
Yeah, but you know people.
I don't think I do, actually.
Yeah, you
no.
do. Well, they know you.
To get what?
I don't
Free
know.
Super Bowl tickets?
Not
That doesn't
free,
make sense.
just like not $10,000 a seat.
In a world in which I cannot get cheaper tickets.
So let's assume you're not Evan Roberts on WFAN.
I want to go see my team in the Super Bowl.
You're the NARP. You're
Yeah.
NARP Evan.
I'm still a NARP Evan.
Okay, you're non-WFAN NARP Evan.
Yeah.
$10,000.
That was
That's
my
steep.
number. What would you pay, Sean? Now, I know you've seen the Giants in the Super Bowl, so maybe that changes things a little bit. I have no idea.
And what did you pay?
No, I didn't go to the game, and that's part of the reason. I don't think I have the desire to watch the Giants in the building in the Super Bowl.
Really?
So you've never been to the...
I've never.
Have you been to a Super Bowl?
No, I've been to Super Bowl weeks, about 6 of them. I've never gone to the actual game. I'm not saying I wouldn't. I think I'd almost prefer witnessing the Super Bowl in person when it's not the Giants.
Oh, okay. Then you're the wrong person to ask.
You know
I take
what?
the question back.
Man, yeah,
I can
because
see that. I can see it.
And not only that, like if I'm getting tickets, it's probably me and one other person. It would be cool to see it with my dad. Like I watch him. Like I don't know. I want to experience that moment with the people I love Giants football with.
Fair enough.
And I just can't do that.
And you're not doing that in mass at the Super Bowl.
So even if the Giants made the Super Bowl and Tiki says, guys, I got 4 tickets, right? It's going to be me, you, Tiki, and the 4th person's going to be your wife, right? Just to be fair. It's your seats. You would say no. You would say, nah, man, I'm sorry. I'm good.
I'd have to think about it, obviously,
Well, he
because
now
getting
loves
that
me,
percentage.
so I'm one of those people. So he
Yeah,
said yes.
that's the kind of thing. Like Tiki's kind of one of my Giant people now. I would like to say that it would be an easy answer to say no, but tell me where I'm at in my life when that happens.
All right, then
It's a good point.
I take
it really is.
I take the question away from you because you don't have a desire to see your team. I have a desire to see my team live. And so my answer is $10,000. Don't know if that's the right answer, but that was my gut. The reason I bring this up to you, because you may say, well, why did this come into your brain? It has everything to do with the Knicks right now and the Knicks fans who want to be in Madison Square Garden. I was at the Garden 2 nights ago. It's a moment I'll never forget. Whether I was happy or not's irrelevant. It was an incredible moment. The prices to go to Madison Square Garden are very high. We know the deal. I mean, to get in that building tonight, I think the get-in price, the last check was about $700. So it's very expensive. What's complicated about the Knicks is it's a best-of-7 series.
Right.
There's an NBA Finals coming up. What's the number when you probably want more, or you may only go to one? Is this the one I'm going to?
Right.
Like if I'm a Knicks fan and I say, all right, I'm with you, Evan, $10,000. Am I using it for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals? Am I saving it for the NBA? And then even in the NBA Finals where they will not have home court advantage, you're talking about Game 3, Game 4, Game 6. Do you just say, well, it's got to be Game 6 because I want there to be a chance I win a championship?
I would do Game 4 because it's guaranteed to happen. And I don't know. I'm not saying that it could be. There's the potential, even though very unlikely, that it could be the deciding game. You know what I mean?
It's got a chance to be the deciding game.
Right.
Game 3 can't be the deciding
That's
game.
right.
Game 6 may not happen.
That's right.
So I get your logic.
Right. My logic would be Game 4.
Your logic is it's a guaranteed game, and there's a small possibility the series could end in that game.
Yes.
Yeah. What if you bought Game 6 and not Game 4 and they really sweep?
That's right. They would suck.
No, look.
That would suck if you bought Game 6 and they sweep. Or win in 5. Whatever.
This is not a perfect analogy, but during the Subway World Series of 2000, my dad and I were going to go to every game. But at Yankee Stadium, we had these amazing seats, but only for one game. Only one game. The rest of it, we were going to take the profits of our Mets seats and be able to go to the upper deck. Right? So he says to me, which game should we have the good seats for? And I said, Game 7. Let's go for the gusto. Game 7. Like, we go for the gusto.
Evan.
And that's exactly what we did. And we never went because the Mets lost in 5. What?
Evan.
What?
Why would you do that?
Because
Were you that confident?
No, absolutely not.
So then why did you pick 7?
Because it's the ultimate game to be at. So, yes, there was a chance it wasn't going to happen. It didn't happen. I mean, there was also no Game 6.
Yankees at home, right?
Yankees at home, right. So Game 1 and 2, I was there, but I was sitting like upper deck, like the corner, the whole thing.
Right.
That's why it's not a perfect analogy. but I went for the gusto. And I wonder how many Knicks fans who want to be in the building, but financially, it's only one shot at it. It's so expensive.
But the number is untenable. You just can't manage it.
You can't manage going to all of them.
Yeah.
So how do you do it? And what's the number? Is it $10,000? Was I crazy? And is $10,000 only for a game where it's the winner-take-all game? See, it's the Super Bowl.
Yes.
It's the only game. I'm either going to lose the Super Bowl or I'm going to win the Super Bowl. The complications of the NBA and obviously baseball is that it's a series. You're kind of betting on what matters in what game. Like, who knew that game one may turn out to be the most memorable game of this Eastern Conference Finals? That is absolutely on the table. That the lasting memory, kind of like last year, like the lasting memory of last year's Eastern Conference Finals was game one. Is there anything else that jumps out at you about last year's Eastern Conference Finals? You have to think about it.
I really do.
You just breathed, which shows me you're thinking about it.
And the answer is no, then.
The series was defined by that game.
Yeah.
And you don't know that going in.
Right.
So, like, if you're thinking to go to the Garden tonight, like, I don't know how to handle it. Because a part of me is like, screw it. I got to be there. I got to see it. But if this is my only one shot, and then I lose by 25, or even I win by 25, it's like, okay.
Well, if it's your one shot, oh, man. And this comes down to the question that I was just alluding to. They could sweep.
Yeah.
So if you have an opportunity between game 2 tonight or game 5, which you got to assume that you can't make that assumption.
Or neither, and you're waiting for the finals.
Yeah.
I mean, again, these prices are only going to get more steep.
I would think I would pull the trigger now.
Really?
Yeah, as opposed to waiting for the finals. I worry about the finals when I get to the finals.
See, you're very conservative. You saw with my approach. I took Game 7 of the World Series for the big-time seats. Never got it.
Yeah. Given how I believe this series is going to go. I have no idea what's happening tonight. We'll predict it, obviously, before the show is over. But I would get Game 5 right now.
So you know what I would do?
Because I think Cleveland's winning at least one game.
That's what you think.
At least one game.
That's what you think.
So Game 5 is either going to be, let's take back command of the series, or let's finish it, right? If they take one on the road.
Right now, the get-in price for Game 3 in Cleveland is $180, just so you know. So maybe the answer to all of this is get in your car and drive to Cleveland.
If they get blown out today, Cleveland.
Yes.
What is that number?
60? No, I think like 110, which is still crazy considering the get-in tonight. Last check was about $700. I think what I would do if I had the shekels.
You can almost fly for that. Seriously.
Oh, I know. Even with high gas prices, you could also drive and it's going to cost you less.
Well, I mean, driving is inconvenient because it's 7 hours or whatever it is. But you could almost fly and pay $150 and it would be less.
You know what? I'm going to challenge you to something, even though we could never execute this. If I said to you, I'm going to drive to Cleveland, and you said, I'm going to fly to Cleveland, and we both left at the same time, I think I beat you.
You might.
Think about it.
Based on waiting to get on the plane?
Because let's say we leave at 1 o'clock. And so it depends. I'm leaving an hour and a half before my flight. So that means I'm getting there, waiting, flying the hour. No, there's no way.
No. As somebody that's flown to Cleveland, you're up and down.
Yeah, it's quick.
Yeah, but you're also
it's 45 minutes.
You're getting there early. You got to go through security. There may be a delay.
Well,
we can throw that in there.
I'm clear in TSA and also faceless ID, or touchless ID. So I just walk through.
Yeah, but you're not factoring in.
If you don't have touchless ID, opt in for touchless ID.
Totally worth it.
It is unbelievably worth it.
But you're not factoring in the chances of a delay.
That's true.
And then once you land in Cleveland,
what about traffic that you don't know can pop up?
You're driving through Pennsylvania. You're not hitting traffic. Yeah. Once you get through the city, if you're leaving through the city, you're not hitting traffic. It's a straight 7 hours.
It took me an hour and 20 minutes to get out of the city the other day.
That's the risk. I mean, so if you got to get...
What about if you have to pee and you get up in the airplane? You got to pull over on the road. That costs you time.
One pit stop, and it's real quick.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, once you land in Cleveland, where are you? Now you got to get an Uber or you got to get a taxi. I'm including the whole package.
It ain't like landing at LaGuardia. It takes you an hour. Yeah.
It's not that far, is it?
But you got to get a car. Who knows where you're going? I'm telling you, if I don't beat you, it'd be close. That's what I'll say.
So out of your mind.
If we were talking about the, I was going to say Orioles. I was thinking of the basketball team now. If you're talking about the Wizards, then that would be different.
Oh, easily.
driving would win.
Yes, but you think the 7 hours makes it too long?
Yeah, it's like 2 hours too long.
I almost want a race. I got to see if, are there people going to Cleveland? Maybe we could have, a race and see who wins it on Memorial Day weekend. The guy and gal driving there?
Right.
Or the guy and gal that's flying out there?
Right, and you don't have to go race at the same time. Just time it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to be
From
close.
when you leave your house to go to the airport to when you get to the final destination, it's probably not. It's going to be your hotel in Cleveland versus driving straight to Cleveland.
My ultimate answer, though, to the question on if you have a certain amount of shekels and you can only drop it for one thing, it would be Game 6 of the NBA Finals. That's the ultimate, because it's a clinching game. It's Game 6 of the Finals, and yeah, it may not happen. For a myriad of reasons, it may not happen.
Right.
But to me, if I'm dropping a fortune and I can only do it once, I'm throwing the Hail Mary down the field.
Right.
And again, I did it with the Subway World Series. I was going to sit in amazing seats for Game 7 Mets-Yankees.
Right.
It didn't work.
Right.
It was a Hail Mary that bounced at the 25-yard line. It was not a complete pass.
Your arm wasn't strong enough.
We gave Sean Morash 24 hours to answer a very important question regarding Jalen Brunson. We will get that answer in about a half hour. Doug Luss, the incredible performer who creates all this awesome Knicks music, will join us in a few minutes as we talk Knicks basketball. They get set for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. And, of course, we'll mix in your calls, 888-808-1019. It is official. Fanatics Fest 2026 is back at the Javits Center in New York City this July 16th through the 19th. The first lineup of talent has been announced, featuring some of the biggest names in sports and entertainment, including Tom Brady, Kevin Hart, Jay-Z, Travis Scott, Aaron Judge, Kevin Durant, Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Mike Tyson, Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Diana Taurasi, Josh Hart, and many more. The world's #1 sports fan festival is back, bringing fans closer to the athletes they love through live moments, photo ops, autographs, and unforgettable experiences. Tickets are on sale now at fanaticsfest.com.
I'm always incredibly busy juggling life and family, and I'm always on the go. That's why I turn to our partners at Slomin's, who recently installs the Slomin's ShieldLink system into my home to provide the safety that I desire. Slomin's ShieldLink system is a smart home security solution combining safety, convenience, and peace of mind that I can manage right from my phone. The funnest part about it is the music control that I can use from my phone even if I'm not in the house. So if I feel like messing with my wife and kids, I can turn on some Barry Manilow, something that they don't really love. Or I can throw on some hip-hop or Dave Matthews Band so it's jamming when I get in. Experience the future of home security and automation with the Slomin's ShieldLink system. Call 1-800-ALARM-ME. That's 1-800-ALARM-ME, or visit Slomans.com.
Who's Hot in Baseball, sponsored by Petro Home Services. San Diego's Gavin Sheets is hot. He batted .474 at 4 home runs and drove in 8 runs over the last week. Don't let your AC strike out this summer. Petro's tune-up and repair team has you covered. Get with your local HVAC pros. Go with Petro. For special offers, go to Petro.com. That's Petro.com.
Guess what? WFAN and Corona are throwing a watch party on Monday night, May 25th, as New York takes on Cleveland for Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Join former New York legend John Wallace along with WFAN's positive Tommy Lugauer at Buddy's on 3rd Avenue in New York City. Corona will be flowing all game long with specials and swag for fans. Just like the team on the hardwood, Corona is always smooth, always refreshing, and goes perfectly watching a game. Game 4, Monday, May 25th at Buddy's on 3rd Avenue. Enjoy Corona buckets and watch New York drop buckets with Corona and WFAN. Please drink responsibly.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
I know a lot of you dislike Aaron Rodgers. Maybe you dislike things he says politically. Maybe you dislike the drama on and off the field. But something we need to remember, with Rodgers announcing this will be his final NFL season, he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. A top 7 quarterback of the Super Bowl era, and we need to appreciate Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback, while he's still playing. I'm Nick Costos.
I
I love a girls' weekend, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin, thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
You can usually find me in the kitchen, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm still in the mix with Skyrizi to treat my joint symptoms.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe at 4 months.
Or if you're an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Rain and drizzle, high 62.
Weather brought to you by Capital One. Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank guide. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you more of what matters. More passenger space and headroom for greater comfort. More cargo space, a lower lift-in height, and a standard power liftgate on every model. More connectivity with Google built-in integration, plus Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Balancing style, advanced technology, and craftsmanship in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Get more with the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5, the smart choice. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Welcome to 215 Maple Drive. We just put this property on the market.
Love the crown molding.
Oh, wait until you see the walk-in closets and the bathroom tile.
Does it have Verizon Fios? 100% fiber internet?
No Fios, but it looks like it's got cable. Let's check out the kitchen.
No Fios? Yeah, no thank you.
Don't you want to see the rest? Okay, bye-bye.
Get Verizon Fios, because when you're moving, it's 100% or nothing.
As the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026, Bank of America knows how much hard work it takes to achieve a dream. So when it comes to owning a home, we're here to help. Get guidance and resources to buy a home you love, including up to $17,500 in select markets when combining down payment and closing cost grants. Visit BofA.com/home team. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America N.A. Equal Housing Lender. Credit and collateral is subject to approval. Restrictions apply. This is not a commitment to lend.
If you're looking for a great price on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go. Town Fair Tire, where you always get the guaranteed lowest price on Falcon tires. But it doesn't end there, because Town Fair Tire gives you free services for the life of your Falcon tires. More free services than any other tire dealer. That's why we say nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal, and I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Pool days call for cookouts and lots of laundry. This Memorial Day at Lowe's, save $80 on a Charbroil Performance Series 4-burner gas grill. Now just $199. Plus, get up to 45% off select major appliances to keep dishes, clothes, and food fresh. Having fun in the sun is easy with us in your corner. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See associate or Lowe's.com for details.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises, and no money down. See ya at John Starks Kia in Queens.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
As we get set for Game 2, number 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals, we are joined by somebody who's become a very big part of the Knicks community. A man who, after every game the Knicks play, I find this to be unbelievable, would write a song about said game. And that is the now world-famous, featured in Rolling Stone, Doug Lust. Doug, thank you very much for coming in, and congratulations to you and the team you root for.
Thank you so much. A magical journey we're on here, fellas.
It really is. What is the origin story of this? Because it's ingenious, and it's entertaining, and it's fun, and it's win or lose. How did this happen?
Thank you, Tiki. I basically have always interacted with people about the Knicks online, and I'm a professional musician. So after the Cat and Bridges trades, I decided the team was good enough for me to really commit to a social media, music, and sports angle, and that's what I came up with. So
wow. So my question to you is this, because you have become, I always joke with CP the franchise. When the Knicks lose, I watch Knicks Fan TV because I want to drink their tears. Win or lose, I'm checking out Doug Lust. I got to see, all right, what song do we have today? I think this has to be something that continues forever, though.
I know. I've gotten myself into a real predicament.
You've got yourself in a predicament where,
I know.
Obviously, the playoffs, yes, but even 5 years from now, if God forbid, the Knicks are sending picks to my team that are actually valuable, I got to hear songs. So are you ready to commit to this for the rest of, your existence or no?
The only thing that's really harrowing to me about that is I have burned through already almost 200 songs. So, can the worldwide songbook ever run out? That's my question.
Wow. Well, I think it's not the answer to that is no, because there are so many songs. But the answer to songs that people know,
right,
and can understand what you're mimicking is probably limited, especially as the generations evolve. Because I was in the car the other day with Brooklyn, my 12-year-old daughter, and I'm playing what I listen to. I had some Creedence Clearwater Revival on. She's like, "What are you listening to?" And so she gave me her playlist, and I was like, "What in the hell do you listen to?" So it's like we don't translate the same way. So that's going to be your issue.
I think I need to move into the K-pop Demon Hunters that my daughter really enjoys. I think that's my next great plateau that I need to reach.
Play a little bit quick of Doug for anyone who hasn't heard it. We've played it a few times on the air. Anyone who follows you on social media is very familiar. But for anyone who's like, let me hear a little bit of this. Right. What are you talking about? This is what we're talking about.
Here's a little Doug out. Brunson's the hero, saved us. Hell no, we're not losing this game. Trailed by 22 in the fourth quarter, dropped 15 of his 38. Mix out to the defense from Harden, switch hard to Jalen with Dean Wade. McKell back-to-back three.
That's for you. That was for you. That was for you.
That is brilliant. How hard is it to come up with the lyrics? I mean, it's just describing the game, but to put them in rhyming fashion, how hard is that? I mean, that's the challenge.
It's a process of organization. So it's like you have to think about who are the players that need mentions, what are the plays that need mentions, what are the angles that need to be covered, and maybe what's one statistic that needs to be covered within the course of, 16 bars of music. So that's the challenge. Is for me, it's really organizing and then retrofitting to the rhyme scheme and the syllable scheme of the original song.
So how long does that take you?
The lyrics, depending on how inspired I am by that particular game. This one, I was trying to go to sleep because I was at that game. So my adrenaline was spiked.
Right.
And about 3:30 in the morning, I just could not fall asleep. And I was like, my brain is forcing me to write this lyric before I go to sleep.
Right.
So sometimes it just pops out and flows. Tougher games, they take a little bit longer.
I was going to ask, what's harder? Is it the great wins or the horrible losses?
I think we reach a catharsis with the horrible losses through the lyrics that I write.
Right.
What's crazy is I know that newspaper writers would always like write their articles like in the fifth inning of a baseball game, third quarter of a basketball game, and then they would change things based on the results. Do you do that with a song? Like as they're getting blown out, is it a negative?
Why you got to bring up the blown out?
Because they were losing by 22 with 8 minutes.
In this specific game. I got you.
Like, are you in your head and you're at the game that night? And look, I'm there too. We were all kind of thinking, not that it's the end of the world, but all right, this is just not a good night. Rust versus rest. We lost. Are you writing the song in your head as the game is going on and it's a completely different song than what it turned out to be?
I usually have a few options of instrumentals that I will fit the lyrical content into based on what happens in the game. So I'll watch and see which of my options does it fit the best.
Right.
But that was such a remarkable comeback that I started that from scratch at 6 o'clock in the morning the next day because I was like, none of the stuff I had prepared fits this incredible heroic performance from Jalen Brunson. So, yeah, I mean, it just depends on the game, but I am so much of a fan still that I'm very in the moment of the action, and I don't really even think about maybe a hook will hit me in the middle of a game, but I don't think about the musical production. I just have to be a fan for 48 minutes of basketball.
So you're in Brooklyn now. Are you from Brooklyn?
I'm from the Upper West Side.
Upper West Side.
Yeah.
So you were born Knicks fan.
Yeah.
So this is like real.
This is real.
This is deep. It's long desired. Where's your confidence level on this team
in
right
this team?
From a basketball standpoint, forget the music side for a second. Just as an enormous Knicks fan, what's your confidence level?
I always believed in the talent and the character of the group, but I think now what's happened in the playoffs is they've turned a corner in terms of toughness and identity as a group. And like that real selfless desire to win is starting to come out in a way that I haven't seen this group display really until this run.
Right.
So I'm confident. I'm not saying they're going to win it all right now. I think every matchup permutation, there are ways for them to win. So that's where I'm at. Trying to be tempered and realistic, but not gassed up. Yeah.
Matchup permutation.
That's a healthy way to look at it.
Find a way to win.
When did your Knick fandom begin?
94 finals run.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How old were you in 94?
I was 5.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you're young kid. You see him go to the finals. You're devastated by John Starks. Jordan comes out of retirement. You're devastated, I guess, by 99, losing to the Spurs. And then you go through the dark times. And this is where, look, I always admit I don't like the Knicks, but I respect people like you, diehard Knicks fans, because you went through the darkest of times. And to get out of that alive as a fan is unbelievable. Did you ever check out? Were you ever like, I can't watch this team? Was it always, I'm living and dying? Like, how was your fandom tested during the darkest of times as a Knicks fan?
Well, first I want to give a shout out to my father, who's a diehard Chicago Cubs fan. And he taught me what it means to wait and be patient. Yes.
That's amazing. He's organic to Chicago? He's from Chicago?
He's from Chicago, and he moved to New York, met my mom, whatever, moved to and raised me here.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, the only point in my life where I stepped away from the Knicks was after the 99 finals run. I started getting really into music and learning how to play the bass. And I just became so obsessed with that I didn't really have time to think about anything else.
You got distracted.
I got distracted.
Right.
And then LeBron James got drafted to the Cavs. The idea germinated in the Knicks fan base that he might eventually come here. And I was like, all right, I like Quentin Richardson enough. Like, I'll watch these games again. And then I was back in it.
Oh, that's awesome. Is your father still with us?
Yes, he is. So I hope he's listening right now.
So you saw him then, after all that wait, finally win a championship.
Yes.
And what did it teach you?
The most terrific. I was on tour. I was in Kansas City, I think, watching the game. It was a crazy deciding game when the Cubs won the World Series.
Oh, my God, all-timer.
It was like a rain delay. And
Game 7, yeah.
And so I called my father. I was crying. And I said, Dad, they did it, man. And he goes, well, I mean, they didn't play a great game, but they got it done.
Come on. Is that what Knicks fans are going to say when they beat the Thunder in like a 6th game? You know what? Bridges made some dumbass decisions.
Brunson's hogging the ball.
I still hate Mike Brown. Why did he decide to put that rotation into that time? Jesus.
Do you have, and we're talking to Doug Lust, who's world famous on social media. He writes these incredible songs after every Knick game. Do you have a favorite? You've written so many of these. Is there one that you kind of means more to you than others?
This is recency bias, but I was really proud of the What We Do by Freeway and Just Blaze, the parody that my friend TGI Fly and I did to close out the Philly series. because Just Blaze and Freeway got in the comments section to
get
talk
out.
about their respective fandom through my piece with TGI Fly. So I thought that was really cool, that I could get these two great musicians that I've listened to for so many years to reflect on their teams, like through the music that I made in tribute to their music.
Right.
So it was very cool for me.
That is cool. So you do collab on these. It's not just it's you sometimes by yourself, but other times it's collaboration. How does that process work? And are they also fans?
Most of the time it's fans or very close friends, because I've been a professional musician in this city for over 20 years. So I know all the cats who play everything,
Right,
singers, rappers, musicians. So when I have an idea where I need do I need a saxophone on this song for a particular reason, I call a friend and I'm like, this process is crazy. Know this coming in. This is insane. And everything's going to change at the last minute. Are you cool with it? And shout to all my musician friends who have participated, and shout to Ben Stiller, who came in on one of the most devastating Knicks losses to come and participate in one of my videos with me. So all the people that collaborate are really
awesome.
giving and generous, and I appreciate
What
it.
the Knicks have to do is they got to have you perform at halftime. I mean, to me, have you ever thought about that? Like how? Because that would be perfect. Like, I know we got like famous people who did halftime. Fabulous, I think, did it the other day.
He was good.
Am I remembering? Yeah,
Yes.
he was fine. But you just doing a cavalcade of songs at halftime. That's the dream. Have the Knicks reached out, or do you need me to make a phone call?
I love the Knicks organization. They've been very generous and kind to me. We've done some collaborations. I shot a music video on the court.
That. I saw that.
I have yet to do a halftime show in the arena. I did an outdoor halftime show at the watch party when the Knicks, thanks to the Knicks, by the way, for murdering the Hawks by 60 points when I had a halftime performance, because if we were down by 3 going into the half and I get on stage, these people are going to look at me like, all right, dude.
Get the hell out of here.
That's a good point.
Yeah, we don't really care, Doug.
By the way, I can't make a phone call, but I can make a phone call to Craig Carton, who will make a phone call to James Dolan, and then we'll try to get you at halftime, because I think that would be perfect. Now, have you thought, not that you're trying to touch the money, I understand that. Have you thought about the song after winning an NBA championship? Because that's going to be the one that everyone's going to be looking towards, the championship Doug Luss song.
It has to be the greatest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Because it will be.
Doesn't it have to be We Are the Champions?
That's my question.
Yeah.
Doesn't it have to be?
I will admit that I start there when I think about it.
Yeah.
I start with We Are the Champions, and I think, how can I dress it up and take it up? Because other than the birth of my 2 children, it will be the greatest moment of my life.
I get you. I don't know if it has to be We Are the Champions.
I mean, but what other championship songs?
It doesn't have to be. Can it be any song? It's your words, it's your lyrics, it's your performance.
Yeah, it's what
that's going to own it, right?
But it's what channel of your life are you trying to get into? Like when you were a kid as a fan, or when you're an adult as a fan? Because that's 2 different things. Like when I was a kid, it was We Are the Champions. I remember it when I was growing up, and we won a Little League championship, and the little rinky-dinks like speakers were playing, We Are the Champions. We were like, yay, we won. This is awesome. But then when you get older, it feels different. Like it wouldn't resonate the same, but it hits me nostalgia-wise.
Yeah. Well, don't think about it too much, but think about it. It's like one of those things where you don't want to think about it too much, but you kind of have to think about it because you're 7 wins away from a championship, so you're not that far off.
Got to prepare a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So you were at game 1.
Yes.
I mean, I ask you, as a Knicks fan experiencing that, when was the moment you said, we're actually going to win this game?
It's really funny. I think when Donovan Mitchell threw the ball into the 10th row,
interesting,
after the Knicks cut it to 20, I was in complete despair. I was in I was a shell of myself.
Right.
And then he threw that pass out of bounds, and I said,
he's losing it.
I've seen this before, I feel like. And I think I've seen the Knicks do this before.
Right.
So maybe it's happening. And then it just built, and the Knicks flipped the energy of the building in this such a spectacular way. I mean, it's the greatest live event I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm speechless trying to summarize how I felt.
I give you so much credit because I charted this. So I wrote this all down. This is not by memory because I had to go back and rewatch the last 12 minutes naturally just to see how the hell did this happen? Like, how did this transpire? So that errant pass by Donovan Mitchell was right after this, like, nasty crossover, and he throws it away. It was a 15-point game at that point. And you started to believe that early, even in a 15-point game with 6.5 minutes to go. So
15's not insurmountable.
It's not insurmountable, but there's still a lot of work to be done.
I tried to put myself in the mind, just like what you're alluding to, Tiki, I feel like is if you say, okay, we're down 15 with 6 minutes to go, you don't feel terrible.
No.
It's just like, how did you get to the 15?
Right.
Oh, we cut it from 22.
Right.
So I tried to be in the mindset of like, okay, if we were in this situation without being down 22, how would it feel? And then Jalen Brunson just worked magic, as did Landry Shamet and Mikal Bridges. Phenomenal.
The Landry Shamet 3 that, bounces around the rim, and the Mikal Bridges, the first 3.
Yeah.
The one where
The step back.
He
like, I'm lost. Where the hell am I going? Oh, wait.
That's the full width of the court that he dribbled. Phenomenal.
He dribbles the full length of the court. It's like, oh, crap, there's no time left. And turns around and hits that to cut it to 3. I think those were the 2 for me where I was like, oh, geez.
They might have it right now.
Yeah.
Really special. And Bridges, has been through so much since he's been here. I've had a lot of pressure on him based on the structure of that trade. And to be able to deliver, it's like, make those few clutch plays when we need you the most, and nobody's thinking about draft picks.
No, I think
I don't.
The draft pick thing has to just, if they win a championship, I mean, this thing is over.
Don't ever mention me again.
I don't need another draft pick ever again for the rest of my life if we win a championship.
I agree. I feel the same sentiment. Do you think they win this series easily, or do you get the sense that the Cavs, who have shown fight in the postseason, the R.J. Barrett game they responded to, losing Game 6 at home they've responded to, do you get the sense this is still going to be a tougher series, or do you think the Knicks are going to wipe them?
I think there's a good chance this series will go 6. I feel very confident in the Knicks' ability to close it out. But you have to think there was so much excitement from the moment of that win, but it's handling business. It's 1-0 at home. So you have to think tonight, come out and do the same thing. Well, don't do the same thing. Actually handle your business. But the Cavs are extremely talented. But there's just a cohesion that's happening with the Knicks. And also the Knicks are found a way to make the Cavs pay for having played 14 games in whatever, 21 days or whatever it was.
That's right. Just where you at. How old are your daughters, sons?
I have 2 daughters. I have a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Did they have an idea? Like what you do? Are they into it?
My 7-year-old is very into it, and my 2-year-old runs around the house going, basketball, basketball, basketball. So,
that's cool.
But my 7-year-old, she's my wardrobe consultant.
Oh, I love it.
I'm like, does this video hit? Does this look good? And she's like, yeah, nice job, Dad.
You do awesome work, seriously. I found
Thank
myself checking out your songs after every game. Where can people find you if people want to look you up and get more information on the famous Doug Lust?
I'm at Doug Lust, DUGLUST, on all the socials, X, TikTok, Instagram.
Dude, how'd you
YouTube.
manage that? You did it early? Have you been on social since inauguration?
Shout out to my friend Miles, who coined the name Doug Lust outside of our rehearsal studio about 15 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's rare. You got all the socials are the same.
Got it all.
DUGLUST.
And I just put out a new single called One City on Spotify, DUGLUST. So it's
nice.
It's about Knicks fandom and life in the city. So
That's very cool.
Well, check it out.
Congratulations, man. You do great stuff. Thanks for coming in, and good luck the rest of the way, my man.
Thanks so much for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
The now famous Doug Lust. We'll come back. We'll get to some of your calls. Plus, Sean Morash was given 24 hours to answer a very important question about Jalen Brunson. We're going to find out how he answers it. But spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window indoor project. Plus, take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
WFAN and Corona are throwing a watch party Monday night, May 25th, as New York takes on Cleveland in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Join former New York legend John Wallace, along with our very own WFAN's positive Tommy Lugauer at Buddy's on 3rd Avenue in New York City. Corona will be flowing all game long with specials and swag for fans. Just like the team on the hardwood, Corona is always smooth, always refreshing, and goes perfectly watching a game. That's Game 4, Monday night, May 25th at Buddy's on 3rd Avenue. Enjoy Corona buckets and watch New York drop buckets with Corona and WFAN. Please drink responsibly.
This portion of the program is sponsored by Ray Cattina, Mercedes-Benz of Edison. It's also sponsored by Surfside Iced Tea and Lemonades plus vodka. It's not a seltzer, it's a Surfside.
Summer starts behind the wheel of a Mercedes-Benz at the Mercedes-Benz of Edison Memorial Day sales event. Shop over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience Ray Cattina customer service, and you'll see why Mercedes-Benz of Edison earned the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com.
Nothing pairs better with Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka like a day on the golf course. Made with real vodka, real tea, and zero bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. It's not a seltzer. It's Surfside. Cheers to hitting the fairway and cheers to Surfside. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Game 1 saw Captain Clutch live up to his name and Mikal Bridges come up big, leading an incredible fourth quarter comeback to force overtime. And it was all Knicks from there as they spoiled what was looking like a home sweet homecoming for Donovan Mitchell and Kenny Atkinson. It took 3 quarters to shake off the cobwebs, but momentum is on New York's side, and Game 2 can't get here soon enough. The latest breaking Knicks news, the biggest Knicks opinions, and the most trusted voices delivering them all live here. Your home for New York sports is 101.9 FM WFAN.
The Declaration of Deals sales event is happening now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
And here are some deals that are declared to be a winner. Lease a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4 for $349 a month for 24 months, or buy and get 0% APR financing for 36 months.
And no monthly payments for 90 days.
Or drive off in a new 2026 Jeep Wrangler 4-door Sport S 4x4, lease for just $319 a month for 36 months, or buy and get 0% APR financing for 36 months.
Also, no monthly payments for 90 days.
It's the Declaration of Deals sales event happening now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, home of exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. Up to 4808 do it signing plus tax, title, registration, and fees. $0 security deposit. VIN number TC191247. MSRP 49805. APR at $1667 per month per $1,000 finance. VIN number TW241148. MSRP 49710. APR at $2778 per month per $1,000 finance. Ends 6/1/26.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now, for a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more and switch. For new Fios, internet, and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC.
FanDuel is giving you better payouts on same-game parlays all NBA playoffs long, with more ways to build and more value every time you play. You can stack your picks your way for every game, every matchup, and every moment. From spreads to player points to threes and more. Build it all into one same-game parlay and go for bigger payouts. So if you're betting same-game parlays this NBA postseason, bet them on FanDuel. More options, better payouts, all NBA playoffs long. Head to FanDuel.com/New York to get started. That's FanDuel.com/New York, an official partner of the NBA. Play your game. We just love the app around here. It has all the betting markets you could possibly want. It's safe and secure. When you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
I'm Tyler Kolick, and I got my Lincoln at Lincoln of Queens. They even delivered it right to my door. When it's time to save, it's time to go to Lincoln of Queens. Go New York, go New York, go.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 6/1/26. See dealer for warranty details.
Guys, let's keep it simple. There are two things you probably should be doing: taking care of your health and doing something that actually makes an impact. Here's a way to do both. California Cryobank is looking for healthy men to become sperm donors. You can earn up to $2,400 a month and get free health and genetic screenings along the way. So yeah, you're getting paid to get checked out, and you're helping families who need it. Efficient, smart, done. Check out spermbank.com to learn more. Apply and see if you qualify.
Many tire dealers will sell you Falcon tires, but Town Fair Tire doesn't just sell Falcon tires, they sell them at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, they give you free services for the life of your Falcon tires. That's an unbeatable deal only Town Fair Tire can offer, because Town Fair Tire is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal, and I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, after years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. Red Pocket Mobile gives you 3 major 5G networks to choose from. Switching cities? Switch your network. That's like calling your own Audible. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
The Ray Catena Memorial Day sales event is here. Head into summer in a new Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Catena of Freehold, or Mercedes-Benz of Union. From the versatile GLC to the refined GLE, your perfect getaway vehicle is waiting. Discover luxury, performance, and the power of 3 at Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Catena of Freehold, and Mercedes-Benz of Union. Experience unparalleled Ray Catena service where the customer always comes first. Visit RayCatenaMercedes.com.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, The Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. Aaron Rodgers is saying this is his last dance. The recently re-signed Steelers quarterback's career apparently will end after this reuniting season with Mike McCarthy. The future Hall of Fame former Jets quarterback did lead the Steelers to an AFC North title a year ago, so we'll watch him get surfboards and other gifts at every turn and stop this year.
I don't think he will. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy here. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to get a retirement tour. And I don't know if it's football related, that it's a different nature than baseball and basketball, where the retirement tour, regular season games will almost become like a celebration.
There's just not an opportunity to do it.
Yeah, and the games are too important. There's 17 of them. Like, I don't see it happening. So I think that's more of a baseball, basketball, hockey thing than it would be a football thing. Now, before Sean answers a question that we gave him 24 and a half hours to think over and give a proper answer to, let's hear his Cinco de Luncho.
Sean Moraes in the booth, somebody hide the castle. Optics flying, phones ringing, Evans yelling, no! Tiki's laughing, chaos cracking, nobody's in control. It's Cinco de Roncho. Bam! Crunch! Let's go!
Let's go! Cinco de Luncho is brought to you by Helix Wireless, connecting everything, everywhere. We are on the cusp of Memorial Day weekend. Remember that blizzard. Remember the temperatures that didn't go above freezing for what felt like 4 weeks. Remember the misery Well, I'm here to give you the 5 best things about summer 2026.
No.
Here we go.
Here we go! Number 5.
The return of Garrett Cole. Isn't it so perfect that this happens on Friday night to start summer? I know, Evan, not typically traditionally on the calendar. Memorial Day weekend, the unofficial kickoff to summer. To start it Friday night, Garrett Cole returns for the first time since that lousy inning in that World Series game.
The
New
York Yankees. Yeah. No, I think that's definitely, and it's kind of what you hoped for as a Yankee fan, that this wouldn't extend much further. So, yeah, what a great way to kick off the summer. Then seeing the return of the great Garrett Cole. And by the way, I can't believe what you just said.
What?
And he's right. Like, that blew my mind when he said it.
What?
We haven't seen Garrett Cole pitch in a game that mattered since the World Series.
Yeah, since he got taken out for whatever, Tommy Kahnle or whoever after that.
Obviously, it's
that
true.
feels forever ago.
That's a million years ago.
Garrett Cole has never been on the active Yankee roster with Max Fried.
Juan Soto was his teammate when that happened.
Yeah.
That's
Crazy.
nuts.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Alex Verdugo still doesn't play Major League Baseball. Here we go.
Number 4.
Harbaugh's Giants will begin training camp in summer 2026. All of that hype, but we put all the talk stops. This is going to happen this summer.
I knew that had to be on the list. I thought it would be higher since you're a big Giants fan, and we may be going to the Greenbrier.
The Greenbrier.
We got to, baby.
We're trying very hard.
All right, here we go.
Number 3.
How about just the fact that we've earned all the hot beach, pool, lake days that we're going to get this summer? Again, think of the misery. We get to see women in bikinis again.
Yeah, it wasn't just the snowstorms that were bad. Like, we're still dealing with crappy weather. I know it's been in the 90s the last few days, but even this weekend's supposed to be bad. So when we get, consistent summer weather, it'll be exciting.
Memorial Day weekend kind of always is bad, I feel like.
Really?
It's always, cloudy and rainy.
Yeah. I always feel that as well. It's never perfect.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe a day is.
You always salvage Monday, and it's I got to go back to work tomorrow. All right, here we go.
Number 2.
The 1998 Yankees also enjoyed summer.
Are we still doing this?
I'm just saying.
We're still doing the 98
98
Yankees.
They had a good summer. So if Cohn and Girardi believe it, and I've had to back them up here, the 98 Yankees enjoyed summer.
You can't frame it that way.
Yes, I
Because
can.
you're lying about what we did on our own show.
No, you're lying.
No, I have the audio of everything,
Great.
bro.
So you have the audio when I said it had nothing to do with win total, it had to do with mission, and it was
I never brought up win total. What you can't do is make this to be a Joe Girardi, David Cohn point. This was a you point. And then when they said it, you were excited. I pulled the audio and said, hey, look, they're agreeing with you, Sean. So you can't hide behind the leader. You're the leader of the 98 Yankee
I
movement.
said they had signs of the 98 Yankees. They took it in full throttle.
And Sean's defense.
Yeah.
Sean was not. I don't even think you said signs. I think you said this makes me feel like the
That-
1998.
that's fine.
The early signs.
That is the whole signs thing, wins total. I'm not bringing any of that stuff up. My only issue is what he just said when he said, hey, I'm just backing up Joe Girardi. That's not what happened. And
I said signs. They took it to another level.
I don't have the audio with me now, but I can have it for tomorrow. Or you could just stop the charade. This is your opinion.
You need to supply the audio, Evan.
I will tomorrow then. I mean, if you want to make me do extra work, I'll do it. But own your own opinion.
I have my opinion.
I've never
that
heard
they
of,
still have signs of the 98. Yeah, I've owned it.
That's fine. Then don't say David Cohn. I'm backing up David Cohn. No. David Cohn's backing up you.
No.
I've never heard an FAN host run away from their own opinion the way you are right now. It's weird.
That's not true. All right, here we go.
Number 1.
And the number one best thing about summer 2026, it's great weather for our first ticker tape parade in years, which we, of course, know we're getting.
Which parade? The Knicks parade?
The Knicks parade. It's happening. It's locked up after that comeback. You mentioned the Magic the other day.
You said yesterday it has a 1% chance of happening.
Yeah, you know what? I slept on it. You don't have magical moments like that. Not
You
have
know
the
what he's
ticker tape.
doing. You know what he's doing.
So we are definitely getting a ticker tape parade. I just want to make that clear. And we got great weather for it coming up. So that's the best thing about summer 2026.
He's throwing the jinx.
Nah, I know. He's trying.
He's throwing the hex. He's like,
Sean,
Let me try my left hand. Yeah.
Sean can't remember his own opinions. In the last 30 seconds,
He's just throwing hexes, man.
He forgot what he said yesterday. Now I'm trying to jinx him. He forgot that he was the architect of the 98 Yankee opinion. He's all over the place. But it's funny. I remember arguing a fictitious argument on which fan base would have the biggest showings at a parade. And I would actually argue that it was the Jets because the fan base is so desperate and football is so popular. But one of the great arguments made against me on why the Jets wouldn't supply the biggest crowd to a parade is not that the Knicks are more popular or basketball is the most popular. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with weather.
Yeah, and who gave you that argument?
Was that you?
Yes.
It's a great point.
Yes.
It's a great point.
We're dying to be outside in the summer.
If the Knicks win a championship, yes, this is a Knick town. I am not disputing that. But it's also probably going to be 90. In February, it's 20.
That's exactly why. Because you have people, think about it. We all know, and this is not a knock on the Knicks. Every team has the casuals that jump out and want to do the big parade party. You are more influenced to do that when it's summertime and the weather's nicer.
1,000%.
But baseball, I would think.
No.
November.
It is November.
It's cold.
It's November.
I remember the Yankee parade. It was cold.
I always think October baseball, but it's like it's actually later than
when
that.
it comes to weather. And we're talking,
you could get lucky, but you are guaranteed if it's the Knicks, it's going to be at least warm.
See, I've always, whenever we argued this, like the Giants and the Yankees are the two most popular teams when you value the sport and the fandom and all that. And the Knicks are up there too. I don't know how to measure it, but the Giants and the Yankees very much towards the top. And they've won championships. That's kind of the main reason I'm using them as opposed to the Knicks. They've had parades. And there was millions of people there, crazy amount of people. And so when I say to guys like Sean, hey, I think the Mets would have more people show up at their parade or the Jets, I'm not arguing they're more popular. I'm arguing there's such a desperation and so many people have never seen a parade that more people would show up. But the Knicks are the perfect mix of they have a lot of fans, they're desperate, and it's warm outside.
Right. Hell yeah.
So if they win a championship, they're the answer. Now, I do have audio of this. I want to go back to yesterday, right around this time. It was about 24 hours ago and 20 minutes. We were talking about Jalen Brunson becoming the king of New York City. It's a discussion we've had on Evan and Tiki for years now. Judge versus Brunson. We even took a big WFAN radio station vote. Judge won. We had to call him king for the rest of the summer. And so I want you to hear back to what I said yesterday and what we asked Sean to think about. And then we'll get his answer. Take a listen. I'm going to give you 24 hours to think about this.
Okay.
No, because it's very, very important when I ask you the question. And we will hear your answer tomorrow at 12 noon, okay? 12:40. 12 noon work, or would you like a different time? 12:40.
All right, what time is it right now?
12:12. 12:40.
All right, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. We have declared.
He hasn't asked the question yet. Stop thinking so hard.
I'm about to ask
I want to absorb it without staring at it. That's my new technique.
All right.
We declared, we took votes. It was a big debate around here on who the king of New York was. And it turned out to be Aaron Judge. Remember last year we had to call Aaron Judge King Judge the entire summer?
Yes.
What does Jalen Brunson need to do from here on out for you, Sean Morass, to declare he is the unquestioned king of New York sports? So you've had a day to think about it. Now, Sean answered this yesterday, but I don't count it because, like I said, he needed a full day to think about it. Like he just said, he just changed his mind about the Knicks winning a championship, so it shows you that a night of sleep can change one's opinion. So I have stricken your answer yesterday from the record. I actually don't even remember what you said. So what does Jalen Brunson need to do moving forward to become the rightful king of New York sports?
You know, Evan, I believe I once said he just had to make the NBA Finals to become the king of New York. And the more I've thought about it, and the more I've gone through, and I've actually had arguments presented to me in favor of Aaron Judge, he does, in fact, have to win the NBA Finals for that to happen. And I said that yesterday, and I will reiterate that. Let's be honest about something. If for all the knocks we want to say about Aaron Judge in the postseason, I know I said this, but it really does matter. He gets 4 cracks with a bat every single game. Jalen Brunson can control every single possession if he wants to. So it is grading on a curve. If Jalen Brunson only had 4 opportunities with the ball in his hand to win an NBA playoff game, we've seen him miss 4 times. And also, if everybody wants to throw those Aaron Judge drop pop-ups things, Jalen Brunson was basically brutally attacked defensively in that first round, and he continues to be a sieve. So you can't use that in the argument. So when I weigh all of those things together, at this point, for Aaron Judge, who has the longevity, plus the MVPs, like he's better in his sport than Brunson is.
I would agree with that.
It has to be winning a championship and ending the drought in this town. It has to be. That
has to be.
It's the only way.
So he's got to go above and beyond what Aaron Judge has accomplished to take that mantle?
Yes, because Aaron Judge, forget the fact that he hasn't won a World Series. He did make one, so this would be Brunson making one.
Sure, it'd be equaling what Judge
He's
did.
also done the 62 homers. He's got the MVPs. Brunson doesn't have that in his own sport. He just doesn't.
This is why I'm a fair guy, Tiki.
Why?
I gave him 24 hours.
And he still didn't change his mind?
And he knew. And this is what I appreciate about him, but this is why I'm fair. He knew I was going to unearth old audio.
What do you have old audio?
He knew. That's why the first thing.
Now I'm getting nervous. What do you have old audio?
Do you remember the first thing he said in the
Yeah,
answer?
of course he did.
He said,
it sounded like
I know that I once said it's got to be the finals. I'm going to explain why I changed my opinion. He knew we would find the audio of him saying
You qualified
it's just the finals.
Well, no. I mentioned that a bunch on this show that I used to say that.
You qualified it to invalidate our retort.
Exactly. Well, anyhow, here is, at the beginning of the basketball season, Sean's answer to the question.
Who is currently the king of New York? I still think it's Aaron Judge. Okay. By the way, I will bend the knee at this. Jalen Brunson actually gets the Knicks to the finals this year. I think it's fair to put him back up in kingship. The finals.
Wow. That was him.
The finals.
The finals. There's more. Here's more from Sean from that October
Knicks
doc.
in the NBA Finals, Jalen Brunson is king of New York. Sure, and he could easily lose it by October. I think that's fair. Okay, thank you. Can you save that, Tommy? That's for you, too, to hold on to. Absolutely. Thank you.
Well, I saved it. So it changed. So what you've done, and this is what we do as sports fans, you've moved the goalposts.
Yes.
Now that the Knicks are 3 wins away from the finals, and you know they're going to the finals, the goalposts, which are placed in one spot, they've been shimmied.
Well,
they've been shimmied away.
And who's it going to be in October?
See, here's the thing. The king needs to be basically assassinated here, and that would be a championship. So still Aaron Judge. I'll tell you right now.
You changed your opinion.
You changed your opinion.
You moved the goalposts.
Aaron
as the
Judge
kid
doesn't
said.
have a championship.
This is now we're going to speak freely. I didn't even know you had that audio because I knew I had said that, and we've talked about me saying
That's the same thing, by the way. We have the audio of everything. So if you know you said something, you should assume I have the audio because why wouldn't I?
But I also understand that there are moments like that day when I said that where I'm just so beaten into submission and upset the Yankees have been eliminated that I'm so tired of playing the Evan, well, what will it take game? So I say something, which is the problem with saying something on the show is just clipping it.
Yes.
I never in a million years thought it was going to take more than, just making a finals. But I just gave you one to end the argument.
I'm going to give you an example. And Tiki is so
game finals, and they get to game 7, and it's a lot because of him.
No, man, you got to win the thing, especially in I would say
I'm just saying if he does that, if Jalen Brunson does that, NBA Finals, they get to game 7, and let's say they don't win. That is more than what Aaron. That's farther than Aaron Judge has taken.
But that argument I gave and the argument that people have given to me in favor of Aaron Judge is true, though. There's more of an opportunity for Brunson to control getting his team to
Of
a game
course,
7.
it's a different sport.
Right.
The reason I put you on, look, I can't use Tiki as an example because I look at you, Tiki, as someone who's very open to saying, hey, I was wrong about this. Here's my opinion on this. There are some in society who are stuck in their ways. And I'm actually going to compare you to somebody that I respect. You are Craig Carton. And here's why. I'm going to give you an example. And I think Craig would admit this. If I ask Craig, hey, what does LeBron have to do to pass Jordan? What does he have to do? Just tell me. Lay it out. His career isn't over yet. I think when push comes to shove, there's no answer because he's already decided.
Yes.
Nothing can change that. And there's a bias involved. He doesn't like LeBron James. So it's over. So when I ask him open-mindedly, what does he have to do? The true answer is nothing. I've already decided.
Right. There's nothing he can do.
Sean, there's nothing Jalen Brunson can do because you've decided.
I think I
and
knew something he could do.
No, because you keep moving it.
How could I move it? How could I move winning a championship when Judge hasn't? How could I move that?
Because they win a championship and Karl Anthony Towns is the finals MVP.
Doesn't matter. They wouldn't have gotten there.
Okay.
Tiki, Sean, we're giving you the reasons on how
that's
you
what
could
you're
maneuver.
say.
Or Jalen Williams was hurt for the Thunder. It was banged up. It was the easiest road.
Guys.
You're a goalpost mover, and that's okay as long as you admit it. Like Craig would admit, there's nothing LeBron can do. He's not Jordan. So just admit it.
Knicks win a championship. Jalen Brunson averages 12 points and 5 turnovers a game.
Right.
But everybody else is spectacular. Is he the king of New York?
Yes, he is. No crosses here. I will walk away and quit my job if the Knicks win the championship and I say he's not the king of New York.
Oh, wow.
I'm telling you. Now, that being said.
Clip that yourself.
I will. That being said, the problem here, and this is where if you're not rooting for the Knicks in this run, you're not Jalen Brunson, like everybody, you Knick hardcore fans and the Jalen Brunson stands, you're not doing yourselves any favors in trying to garner this. You know what else made me want to throw up today when we talk about this king of New York stuff? Hey, did you see the back page of the New York Post?
Yeah, it was compared to Jeter, and that's our boy Mike Vaccaro.
And
who we like. We love Mike.
What are we doing? Mike, what are we doing? The back page is two of a kind. Brunson has become the basketball Jeter. And I know, obviously, there's a full article to read there and all that. Guys, Derek Jeter wasn't Derek Jeter until, he was Derek Jeter. There's a dynasty there that he was the captain of and then came back like Tom Brady-esque and won another one later on in 2009. Jalen Brunson's pinnacle has only been the Eastern Conference Finals. He's the basketball Jeter.
He's not Jeter.
It's just and Vaccaro I think is the best. It's insulting to put that on the back of the page of the New York Post today.
Well, maybe he wanted the reaction,
and he got it. Can we just?
So now people are going to go read it. Good job, Mike.
Yeah, good job, Mike.
Or at least headline writer.
Can we be better here in New York than that? Can we be better?
You know what?
We're not going to be better.
You guys are wrong about this. And it's not that he's Jeter, because obviously when you look at the championships and the impact and all that, I'm not saying he's Jeter, but what he is this generation's Jeter. This is a different generation.
So it just means the generation's sad.
This generation's won nothing.
Yeah, but that's a cop-out qualification.
That's not a cop-out. That's the truth.
It's a cop-out qualification to make the argument that he is the emotional center to sports fandom in New York right now. Because Jeter's not Jeter without the championships.
I agree.
So if they don't win any, then we're not saying Derek Jeter is the legend that he is. He could have been as good a great baseball player as he is, Hall of Famer. Without the championships, we don't revere him like we do.
Yeah, I think he'd be revered like a Don Mattingly. He'd be revered in that kind of way, or a David Wright in the Mets case.
And so is Jalen Brunson Don Mattingly?
No, I'm going to try to explain this, and I think of Melo when I say this, because we had Carmelo on the other day, and Carmelo Anthony is like a controversial figure. You hear boomers like Boomer. I get it. Boomers like Boomer talk about him like, he sucked. Like, I actually heard them compare, I don't know if this was Boomer or Gio, I think it was Boomer, compared him to Stephon Marbury. That's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
Right.
And I think it comes from a bias that he has just of that.
It's the whole LeBron MJ thing you were just saying with Craig. It's a bias.
Which is crazy.
Right.
For this generation, for younger Knick fans, Melo's one of their favorites. I'm not telling you he's the greatest of all time, but he was a really good Knick.
Yeah.
And so, unfortunately, this generation hasn't been great, and we haven't seen a lot of winning. So I think when there's a Jeter-Brunson comp, it's not pound for pound he's Jeter. It's in this era of bad New York sports, he's a winner. Even if it hasn't been the ultimate win yet, he's a winner. And that's why I see that, and I don't get hyperbolic the way Sean and others do, because I understand the loose comparison.
Right.
I get it. And I think in the case of Brunson and Judge, we're all thirsty for a championship. No one's won it yet. Yes, it's a completely different sport, but in terms of what the player has done for their team, I got to tell you, it's not even close. It is Jalen Brunson. And so you are biased. And where you are growing slowly as a talk show host, Sean.
Aaron Judge, just to be certain.
Over Judge.
Yeah, we're not talking Jeter anymore.
Where you're
just to be certain.
Where you're growing as a host, you're not fully there yet, is that ability to just put your fandom aside for a second.
I am.
You know, and I've made it very clear to everybody listening, I am not a Knicks fan. I don't pretend. But I will take the hat off and try to be as fair as I can. In the case of Judge and Brunson, you're incapable of it. You just are.
No, I'm not.
You're incapable of eliminating the bias in your heart.
No, you're incapable. And I'm going to teach you a little something about radio.
What
Evan.
have I done?
I'm going to teach, kiddo, get on my lap. I'm going to teach you a little something how this works. You're
Why don't you go and ask Sean Morash?
You're incapable of separating the past Yankee legends and ghosts when judging Aaron Judge. Everything you said about Jalen Brunson, you could actually say about Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is punished because of the uniform he wears. Jalen Brunson is propped up because of the uniform he wears. But in the context of their sport...
That's, by the way, completely fair take.
In the context of their sport, Aaron Judge is way more kingly than Jalen Brunson is. That is just like an undeniable fact. So then to say who the king of New York is, it's like, well, he's not Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth, Joe DiMaggio, Derek Jeter, Mariano Rivera. He hasn't won as many championships. Jalen Brunson's better than Carmelo Anthony. Of course he's the king. Like, what are we doing?
Here's this isn't the final word, but this is the clarification of this. What you just said is so accurate. In the context of his sport, there's no one better than Aaron Judge. He's an MVP. He performs. He hit close to 60 home runs and hit 320. Like, it's been, one other person has done that in Major League Baseball history? Maybe none. So he's exceptional relative to the baseball as a whole. Jalen Brunson is not that to the NBA.
Totally agree.
He's not. Yeah. He's not even in the MVP conversation.
He should be, but he's not.
I get it. I'm just talking. I'm clarifying what Sean is saying.
Yeah.
But to the Knick and Yankee sport fandom sphere, Jalen Brunson probably sits on top of Aaron Judge.
Yeah, I think.
Because of New York sport fan is delusionally aggressive towards a take, towards their emotions and how they feel in the moment. And that moment, how they feel in that moment, it persists. It lasts. Like, you don't forget it. Like, you don't forget how you felt 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Like, you're never going to forget that.
I completely agree.
Right? You also aren't going to forget how you felt when Aaron Judge dropped a fly ball in Game 5.
It's a big part of it.
And so, like, these
unfairly,
these
but it is.
pockets of moments that happen in sports in New York get romanticized to the point where they become the top of the pedestal.
Yeah.
It's not the overarching picture. It's like these little moments, these little pockets of moments become the thing that people talk about to clarify or at least justify their opinion on something.
You know what's
and
funny?
You can't tell them that doesn't belong on the top of the pedestal.
I think everything you just said and everything you just said, Sean, you guys are right. Like, I don't think you guys said anything wrong. But you're still unable to separate your biases in just answering it that it's Jalen Brunson. Like, I get the sports are different.
Dude, you're talking to him.
I'm talking to him. I think you nailed it.
I agree with you.
Yeah. I know you do. Because you're capable of doing it.
But you know what? No. I'm just telling you why.
I know why.
I just told you why I agree with you.
Yes.
Because there are moments that Jalen Brunson has had that are just, they're going to define your memory of this sports era with the New York Knicks, and it's because of Jalen Brunson.
Absolutely.
There are moments that Aaron Judge has had which are fantastic in the context of the sport.
Yep.
Where you hit 62 3 home runs, you hit 60 something and hit 320 and win back-to-back MVPs and you're all, but in the context of New York sports fandom, he hasn't won a championship.
Yeah.
So they're not putting his little moment on top of the pedestal.
I agree.
They're putting Jalen Brunson's medal on top because it makes them feel a certain way that they haven't felt in a long time.
100%. Everything Sean even said about, Judge battles the ghost, he's right. I'm not saying you're wrong about that. In fact, everything you said was right, except for the last part, which is it's Judge, because it's not. And again, that goes back to what I said earlier, and you're taking it very personal. You shouldn't, because I respect you and love you. You're very biased in this one.
Okay. Maybe I'm biased. You're an overcompensator. We'll agree to disagree.
I don't like either team.
I know,
Why would
but
I be
you
overcompensating?
overcompensate with the IBO. You don't want Knicks fans to know you hate him. I get it. You won't
no,
slap my hand. Now Brunson's the king. I get
He's
it.
a Knick jock draft.
Of course.
Well, first of all, I
supports
say
him.
all the time I hate the Knicks. I clarify, and then I say, okay, now I'm going to put my hat back on and be unbiased.
You're an overcompensator. That's fine.
But I don't like the Yankees either. This isn't a Met-Knick thing.
You hate the Knicks more.
Well, that's true.
Fair.
You know what I've noticed about Sean?
What?
When he gets insulted by something, Trump does this very well, too. I think you learned this from the president. You push back with what the person said to them.
I think I learned that from Francesa, actually.
Francesa, Trump, and Morash.
Right.
All three of you guys, instead of arguing it, you're like, no, you, and you just attack back what
I think
it was.
Trump definitely learned that from Francesa.
And you know who Francesa and Trump both learned it from?
Who?
Vince McMahon. Like, it's all learned from somebody else. We'll get back to your calls in a second. 888-808-1019 and more thoughts on what.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The Western Conference Final between OKC and San Antonio is an absolute war, and players are starting to drop like flies. Jalen Williams, J-Dub, hamstring injury. Dylan Harper, hamstring injury. De'Aaron Fox isn't 100% healthy. The New York Knicks have to be looking at what's happening in the West and smiling right now. Neither OKC or San Antonio healthy. Is it all coming up next? I'm Nick Costos.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The U.S. Treasury just released its official financial report for 2025. Buried in it is a startling admission. By its own numbers, it appears the U.S. government is insolvent. When governments go this deep in debt, they print money, raise taxes, or cut benefits, none of which can help protect you. That's why people move part of their savings into physical gold and silver. Call Monetary Gold at 877-NOW-GOLD for their complimentary gold and silver guide. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. Do it before the next headline, not after. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-329-1010. That's 1-800-329-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-329-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Hi, this is John Starks. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises. Score our John Starks special this month. A Kia Sportage for just $333 a month with just $3 due at signing. That's right, all threes. It's my favorite number. What we say is what it is, period. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens.
36-month lease excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. Expires June 1st.
Welcome to 215 Maple Drive. We just put this property on the market.
Love the crown molding.
Oh, wait until you see the walk-in closets and the bathroom tile.
Does it have Verizon Fios? 100% fiber internet?
No Fios, but it looks like it's got cable. Let's check out the kitchen.
No Fios? Yeah, no thank you.
Don't you want to see the rest? Okay, bye-bye.
Get Verizon Fios, because when you're moving, it's 100% or nothing.
Hey everyone, Boomer here. If you love eating great food as much as I do, you have to listen up. The Chef IQ Sense wireless thermometer and the mini oven are must-haves in your kitchen. The thermometer helps perfectly cook your chicken, fish, or meat, and the oven is an all-in-one hero that bakes, broils, air fries, toast, and much more. For years now, I've been telling you about how amazing these products are and how they have changed my life. Now it's time to change yours. Go to chefiq.com and don't forget to use the code word BOOMER to save big at checkout. That's code word BOOMER at chefiq.com. Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. So whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build both New York and New Jersey.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-518-3899. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-518-3899. That's 800-518-3899. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Summer starts behind the wheel of a new Mercedes-Benz at the Mercedes-Benz of Edison Memorial Day sales event. Selection has never been better. Over 600 new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from, and a sales team dedicated to helping you find the right one. And of course, you'll experience unparalleled Ray Cattina customer service. One reason why Mercedes-Benz of Edison earned the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year award by Cars.com. Start your summer now at the Mercedes-Benz of Edison Memorial Day sales event.
We love talking about the Knicks and Nets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
During our last commercial break, I went out. I said hi to my good friend Chris McMonagle. Love Big Mac.
It was Chris McMonagle, his fat ass.
And we were talking about the rain, and the Yankees are going to play tonight. The Mets may not play this afternoon. And all of a sudden, very casually, I said, hey, we're having that dumb barber shop conversation again about King of New York. And we all admit, we laugh about it.
Of course.
It's such a stupid but fun conversation. Like, it doesn't mean anything. It's dopey, but people get so passionate about it. And we've had it for about 2.5 years. It's been going on and on and on, which is King of New York, Judge versus Brunson. And so I politely say to Big Mac, who is a fan of the Knicks and the Yankees, who's the King of New York? And he gave the predictable answer. He agrees with Sean. He said, look, it's still Aaron Judge, ba-ba-ba. As he's explaining it, which is a no biggie, Anthony Gallo, who you hear on the Carton Show and does a great job behind the scenes, started yelling at him that he's an idiot and it's Jalen Brunson. And then before I could turn around to come back, they were yelling at each other.
See what you started?
They were about to fight each other.
You Drew Barrymore over there.
What?
To be honest.
Did you get that?
No, why?
What did Drew Barrymore do?
E.T.?
Firestarter.
What's Firestarter?
It's a movie.
Oh.
Of all the Drew Barrymore movies, you go Firestarter?
Because he started a fire.
I started a fire. I started a dumb fire that they're still yelling at
Tiki,
each other.
We were more Billy Joel in this instance. We didn't start the fire.
No, I started the fire. I admit it.
I like that.
And it was just innocent. I was just like, hey, Big Mac, what do you think?
Suck it. You haven't made a dad joke in forever.
That's a good one.
Awesome.
That's a good one. And I'm looking at them because I can see the reflection. They are still yelling at each other. It's been 6 minutes. Gallo, again, I talk about biases. And I don't mean to attack you, Sean, or anybody.
Trying to walk away, and Gallo's still talking.
I know.
Yeah.
Big Mac's like trying to go talk to Craig about something else, and Gallo's like,
I don't mean to minimize Anthony Gallo, but he doesn't get a vote. Nobody cares. The guy roots for the Denver Broncos in football. You can't root for a team out of New York and have a say in the King of New York.
Now, Gallo is a Mets-Knicks fan.
He
so
is.
Very similar to Sean, who's a Yankee-Nets fan.
Right.
There's a bias.
There's a bias. As he
on
has
Pro
on
Yes Network.
Has a Josh Hart anime shirt on or something
Right,
like that.
right.
Like, what the hell does that even that mean?
And I admit this to you, Sean, and it's tough for myself. I study this every single day. It is tough to not be biased. Like, we have fandoms, and it's tough to just eliminate it. So Gallo's being biased, and you're being biased. And you guys have completely different opinions, and that's okay. Big Mac is just a Yankee shell.
Isn't that bias?
Yes. So I guess what I'm trying to tell you is me and Tiki are the only ones not biased.
Yeah. Nothing in your bones.
Well, there isn't. I'm not a fan of either team or player. Why would I be biased?
Okay. Hold on now. Now you've pissed me off.
What?
If the Yankees won the World Okay.
No, I do not want the Yankees to win the World Series.
No,
Come on.
Talk it out. Talk it out, Sean.
The
Talk
Yankees win the World Series this year, all right?
Yeah.
Aaron Judge is meh in the World Series, but they win the World Series. He helped get him there. Next year, the Mets go on this unbelievable run. It finally happens for you, big guy. And Juan Soto has like 10 homers in the playoffs. They win the World Series.
He's automatically the king?
People start calling, Evan, Juan Soto's the king of New York. You're going to be able to separate your biases. Judge does have a ring at this point. Is Juan Soto the king of New York?
Of course he's the king of New York because he would have led a woebegone franchise like the Mets to a championship. That supersedes everything.
But he doesn't have all the MVPs here and the World Series that Aaron Judge has.
The team.
So you can't separate your biases.
No, I'm showing you that and this is actually to back up a point you made, so I'm actually backing you up. The Knicks have been such losers for so long that getting to this relevance matters more than a Yankee franchise that has never been under 500 in your entire lifetime. Like, you're right about that. It's a great point. And I would say that with the Mets. Like, if the Mets ever won a World Series, whoever their best player is, that guy's going to be lionized. I mean, it's going to just it goes through the roof. So you're right. And that has nothing to do with bias. Again, that's me giving you the answer to the situation. It's the same thing with the Jets. Like, you certainly don't want to hear this. But as great as Jackson Dart may be, if a young Jet quarterback is drafted next year and the Jets win a Super Bowl, we win. That guy's the king of New York. You lose. Because of the Jets' patheticness in their history. Has nothing to do with my fandom, has nothing to do with biases. That's just the way it works in this town.
Yeah.
So, sorry about that.
Whole generation of Yankee fans hasn't seen them win, but okay.
Come on.
Hey, checkmate. I'm right.
How old do you have to be to not remember the Yankees winning a World Series? Do the math for me. Because you know what? You're not that far off, by the way.
22?
Yeah, that's crazy. Now, how old do you have to be to not remember the Mets winning a World Series? I'm 42. I got no memory of it.
What is Joe?
Well, Joe remembers. That's the Knicks.
I would say
the Knicks, yeah.
I think 6, 7 years old is when you start to at least remember.
7.
I only do that because the 94 Rangers for me. That's like
so
my memory.
You got to be about 46 years old as a Met fan to remember their championship.
Yeah, unless you're watching like at 2 or 3 with your dad on your dad's lap.
Yeah.
You don't remember.
Nah,
no,
you
you're
don't.
Right. You're
You
probably
don't.
right. That's when you start forming your own opinions about teams.
No, I agree with you on that. Anyhow, we started a fire out there in the newsroom, so I apologize. Let's get to your calls, 888-808-1019. JR is in Wallingford, Connecticut. Hey, JR.
What's up, JR?
Hey, how you doing?
We're good.
I just want to say you're all right. We're humans. It's impossible not to be biased, but Aaron Judge is the king until somebody can, you know what I'm saying.
No, I
it's
don't.
impossible to be biased. It is. It's impossible. We're human.
It's impossible to be unbiased, you mean?
No, the bias thing, I think we all just have to admit it. And I try to be unbiased. It's tough. But I don't know what you mean by until someone takes it away from him. I mean, Aaron Judge is a great baseball player. They haven't won anything. And unfortunately, where Sean is right is the bar with the Yankees is a lot higher.
Right.
Like, there's no doubt about that.
Because the expectation just from the very beginning is higher.
Yes.
But beginning of a season, beginning of your fandom, it's just higher for the Yankees.
No doubt. Let's go to Mario in Long Beach. What's up, Mario?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
All's good.
Knicks looking really, really good. I like the direction they're going in. And one thing I want to really let's pump the brakes on if this comes up again. Cade Cunningham don't even mention him in the same category as his guy.
Well, in fairness,
let me finish before you cut me off. This is the deal on Cade Cunningham. 7th game at home, 13 points, 32% shooting, 6 turnovers.
Right.
Imagine if Brunson did that. End of story. Thanks, guys.
All right. All I was going to say to you is the Cade Cunningham, Jalen Brunson debate was tabled until 2030. So Cade Cunningham has time to change his story. But that was the agreement that we made a year and a half ago. I still have everything saved. There's going to be a debate between me and Tommy Lukauer in May of 2030 about Jalen Brunson versus Cade Cunningham. Now, if you ask me, hey, right now, who's ahead? The answer is Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
But can the Pistons come back next year?
Of course they can.
And win an NBA championship?
You know what? He now has experience. Yeah. He's now felt it in a real meaningful, you got to be the man, talking about Cade Cunningham, man moment, and he didn't live up to it.
This is a very big part of the NBA, more so the NBA than any other sport. I think you got to lose before you win, which is why I didn't believe in the same.
You've always said that.
I've said that. With the NBA, it's funny. I give Sean some more credit since he's very heartbroken by some of the comments I made about him. Sean made a big deal about that with the Jets when they got Aaron Rodgers. He said, look, you can't win anything because you haven't done anything yet. Like, you got to win, you got to lose, and then you can win. I think football's very different. I think I can find more examples of you can kind of have that quick fix and win. I mean, look at the Patriots. Look how far they went. I know they didn't win a championship, but they went far.
But that's football.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. I didn't agree with him in that regard. I believe that in basketball. So I think for Cunningham's future, the learning of losses is important, but that's another reason why you believe in this Knicks team. They suffered some of the most brutal postseason losses, specifically game 1 a year ago.
Yep.
That scar tissue helps you.
You remember it and you remember how it feels. And so it makes you, if you're a competitor, if you want to be great, it makes you do the extra mile or whatever the idiom is to go the extra mile to ultimately win it.
It's Thursday of Memorial Day weekend. There's a good chance that mistake is going to be next week.
Suck. I can confirm about 10 minutes ago the idioms were submitted for the week.
Oh, they're all submitted? Yeah, so Idiots with Idioms is a segment from the week that was, but now the week that was includes the following Thursday and Friday of the previous week. Just because, we like to be organized around here.
Yes.
We like to get ahead of things around here.
And half our staff's going to the Jersey Shore.
And you're never escaping it, no matter when you make an idiom.
Exactly.
Mistake.
Doesn't matter where that mistake happens. The archivist of Evan and Tiki, Dan, will find it. Keith is in Queens. Hey, Keith.
Hey, what's up, guys?
All's cool.
Yeah, just first thing, Evan, you kind of hit it on the head. The Jets, whoever wins the Super Bowl for the Jets is going to be like the king of New York for forever, it feels like, but we were ready to give it to Aaron. We were ready to give it to Aaron Rodgers before we even played a game. So
good point.
Take him out of the equation. Take that out of the equation. But if you put Judge in a Mets jersey and Brunson in a Nets jersey, I'm a Nets fan. I'm a Yankee fan. I can say the Nets will never touch anybody. Durant never touched anyone. Harden, Kyrie, none of them did. If you swap them in their respective sports jerseys, Judge is still probably the king of New York, but he's battling against whoever the best player on the Yankees is then, I feel, not Jalen Brunson.
Well, I got very confused because you swapped a lot of jerseys.
Yeah.
I think the only point I'll agree with fully is that the Nets don't exist on a level like the Mets do.
Yeah,
I admit that.
They're not there yet.
I'm a second-class citizen fan, and I know the Nets are further away in terms of relevance and popularity than the Mets are. I think the only way the Nets will ever have a star that we could ever talk about as the king of New York is someone that they draft and develop and organically start to win and start to kind of gain on their fan base a little bit. So they're a long ways away from that. But he is right. And, again, this is like insulting. You seem to accept it. Sean won't. If Jackson Dart becomes like the best quarterback in the league, and you guys are really good, king of New York stuff, and the Jets draft, let's say Arch Manning, we'll put a real name to it, and the Jets get to the Super Bowl, or dare I say win a Super Bowl, I'm telling you right now, with peace and love, there isn't anything you can do about it. Arch is your king, and you will bow down to him.
But that makes me think of this question, because he said if they won a Super Bowl. So what if the Jets, and again, I don't think this is happening. They're not ready for it yet.
Oh, you don't think the Jets are winning a Super Bowl?
This year. No, this year. But if it does happen this year, who is it?
Oh, if the Jets won a Super Bowl? Now, Geno would just become like the weirdest king of all time.
Would he be king?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would be.
Yeah.
It might be a shorter reign, but he'd be king.
It would be unbelievable. If the Jets miraculously, defy all odds and Geno's like the Super Bowl MVP, oh my God!
What if Breece Hall has a Saquon season?
It's tough, man. You know this as a running back who played in this town. Like the quarterback's a whore. He gets all the attention.
It does. It wins the MVP regardless.
Yeah.
Saquon rushed for 2,005 yards and wins the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it's like, Jalen Hurts. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
All I'm saying to you, Sean, is that the Jets and the Mets, not because I'm a fan of them, but because they're losers at heart, if they ever won anything, I think that guy gets probably unfairly elevated over anybody on your team just because of the, oh my God, they won. The Giants and the Yankees are winners. They've won before.
Yeah, now we haven't won in a long time, but if we go on some kind of run where we're playing hot potato where these teams keep winning back forth, it's just going to be the most recent guy. Like,
by the way, you know who actually becomes king of New York?
Oh,
WFAN.
Oh, great point. Great point.
If all of these teams are winning championships,
we're your station to talk every champion that's ever existed.
Debate who is the king of New York with us.
I was talking to Gio about this the other day. I said, imagine the Knicks win the NBA title, which is on the table. They're 7 wins away. Have you ever thought about what the discourse is going to be for the following few days? Because I was here for the Giants and the Yankees winning, and I'm going to tell you right now, it was weird. Like, it was weird.
I wasn't on radio yet.
Bro,
so I wasn't doing it.
Okay, so the Yankee one was less weird because it was, the Yankees. They had done it sort of recently, 9 years earlier, and it was football season. And it was like, all right, great, the Yankees won, and Met fans are complaining about their team, and you move on to football. So that was less weird.
Another one?
Right. When it was football with the Giants, It was some of the weirdest discussions of all time. We spent an entire day, not just us, Mike too, Mike and the Mad Dog at the time, because Chris was still here, literally naming the David Tyree play.
Amazing.
For like 3 days, and you couldn't get away from it. And then, like Eli Legacy, it was the stupidest, weirdest crap ever, because when you win, you don't know what to do with yourself.
Right.
And the Knicks are on another level because most people have never seen them win. You have to be old.
Yeah, you have to be a fan in the 70s.
So if they win an NBA championship, the next week of sports talk radio is going to be some of the most bizarro land conversations because no one's going to know what to do. What are Knicks fans going to say?
Right.
I'm so excited. This is my greatest moment. Next call. This is unbelievable. I don't know what to do with myself. Like, it's crazy. And I don't know what it's like in terms of a team that's never won before. Because, again, I've been here for 3 championships on the radio.
Right.
It's the Yankees and the Giants.
Right. It's none of those long, suffering, waiting for it.
It's different.
Yeah, it is very different.
It's very different. I may take a vacation.
I think Benigno goes right to complaining about the Jets about it. Now they better do it. That's a weird one, right?
I think what Joe, and I was thinking about this too, even not being a Knicks fan, the Knicks winning a championship oddly makes you believe that the Jets and Mets can and will.
Because you could picture it?
Yes.
Yeah.
My biggest issue has always been the reason I can never pick my team to win a championship, and I never have. And I've had chances, right? The Mets are in the World Series in 15. The Jets get Aaron Rodgers. The Nets have a super team. Never once. You find that tape, it doesn't exist, of me thinking my team would win a championship. When one of my biggest arguments was, well, I can't picture it. If the New York Knicks, who have one of the longest championship droughts in this town, only the Jets are longer.
Yeah.
If they win a title, doesn't that cure, even for me, the idea of not being able to picture the Jets or Mets or even the Nets winning a championship?
Yeah, because there's a lot of, I wasn't even alive. I'm the old head on this show, and I wasn't alive when the Knicks won. And so there's a lot of, I think, listeners and fans that are the diehards now, the younger ones, or 30, 40, 50, who haven't seen it. You know what I mean? So it becomes something that you're not going to stop talking about. And so the question is, if they do win, the Knicks, how long does it go into the football season? Because we're going to get excited about this football season.
I think
your question.
To answer Sean's point, I think Benigno comes on because we'll obviously have him on that day.
Of course.
They have him on after they win the East, get the temperature of him. I think Joe will come on and say the Jets are winning the Super Bowl, bro. I think it'll go that far. I think it'll just be like, you know what?
It's ready for me. It's time for me.
You think right away?
I'm not going to die without it happening. It's happening.
Yeah. I think there becomes a belief system that if the Knicks can turn it around, if the Knicks can win, why can't the Jets? I think it almost becomes a universal New York sports loser story.
It's a great name of a book.
Yeah. I don't know how I've done it. I think I've just convinced myself to root for the Knicks.
Yeah, there you go.
I think I just did it. I think I pulled it off.
For your own selfish reasons.
Yeah.
In a bastardized kind of way.
Yeah.
When you get back from Mars, call us, okay?
We'll come back with more of your telephone calls at 888-808-1019, plus our predictions for what's going to happen tonight at Madison Square Garden, and a lot more. Spring is the perfect time to refresh your home, and Windorama is making it easier than ever during the spring refresh sale. Save up to 30% on your window and door project, plus take advantage of low to no interest payment plans when you purchase and install with Windorama. It's simple. Book your free in-home consultation, shop from home, and let their local certified experts handle measurement and installation. Visit Windorama.com to book your free in-home consultation today.
The team that brought you Surfside is back with something new. Meet Super Light, the premium new vodka plus aid. Super Light comes in 4 classic sports drink flavors: fruit punch, orange, lemon lime, and blue chill. Perfect for after that rec league, the golf course, or the crew that is always on the move. With just 90 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 bubbles, Super Light is here to fuel the moment. Look for Super Light variety packs and individual flavors at stores and bars near you. Must be 21 plus. Please drink responsibly.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Bet365. It's also sponsored by your local Mazda dealer.
With Bet365 Early Payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you balance of style, advanced technology, and craftsmanship in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Get more with the all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5, the smart choice. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you see the voice of Western sports. Knicks Cavs game 2 at the Garden, and I think Landry Shamet is going to continue to play a big role off the bench. Shamet was the key that unlocked one of the greatest comebacks ever in Game 1. Mike Brown put him in. Knicks went 5 out to space the floor, and their offense cooked. He also played great defense on Spida. Shamet's points total as of this morning is 5.5 on BetMGM. He's gone over that in 3 straight games. After what we saw in Game 1, give me the over on Shamet points. I'm Pat Boyle, Bet Smarter, and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds, and you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required. Rates may vary.
If we're being honest, guys in this town, pretty confident. And hey, that's not a bad thing. But are you willing to put it to the test? California Cryobank is looking for healthy men to become sperm donors. You can earn up to $2,400 a month. Plus, get free health and genetic screenings. And more importantly, you're helping families who can't do this on their own. So if you really think you've got it, and you know who you are, put it to good use. Apply now and see if you qualify. Check out spermbank.com to learn more.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Looking for a great deal to stay connected? Now, for a limited time, new Verizon mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabit per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more and switch. For new Fios, internet, and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
When it comes to getting the guaranteed lowest price on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. And when it comes to getting more free services for life than anywhere else on Falcon tires, there's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. So when you're in the market for the best deal on Falcon tires, get to Town Fair, because nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. And I mean absolutely nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
The Boomer and Geo Show is brought to you by FanDuel. This is your reminder to check in daily, because every day during the NBA playoffs, FanDuel is serving up a happy hour. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more. Check out a new reward every single day of the NBA playoffs, and don't miss your shot to get a little extra out of the action. Head to FanDuel.com/New York to get started. That's FanDuel.com/New York. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure, has all the betting markets you could possibly want. And when you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration. Leg requirements and max wager amount. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-535-1301. 800-535-1301. 800-535-1301.
WFAN and Corona are throwing a watch party Monday night, May 25th, as New York takes on Cleveland for Game 4. Join John Wallace and Positive Tommy at Buddy's on 3rd Avenue in New York City. Please drink responsibly.
Summer's a gift. The gift of days that last a little longer. A brighter state of mind. So gift yourself a new Kia at the Kia Summer Sticker Sales Event. With specially tagged vehicles including the Sorrento, Sportage, Carnival, as well as the Niro Hybrid. All backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. So the gift of summer can keep on giving for summers to come. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely. Event ends 6/1/26. See dealer for warranty details.
Hey! If you have a small business, you might not know you could be wasting money on your business mobile plan, paying for stuff you don't actually need. But with My Biz Plan from Verizon Business, you can choose exactly what you want and only pay for what you need for your business. When you're in control of your mobile plan, you can make every dollar count. Visit VerizonBusiness.com. Do it today to learn more and make the switch. Verizon Business.
The most important meal of the day just got better at Dunkin'. Now you can get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. 6 crispy golden hash browns, a warm, delicious bacon, egg, and cheese, and a medium coffee to start your day right. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way and order Dunkin's $6 meal. No substitutions, participations and times may vary. Limited time offer cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
Witness history at Citi Field on Saturday, May 30th, as Lee Mazzilli and Bobby Valentine are inducted into the Mets Hall of Fame in an on-field ceremony before the 4:10 p.m. game. Don't miss this special day. Get your tickets now at Mets.com/tickets.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
I fell in love with a cat. We're throwing one of the biggest parties of the year and want you there. Come hang with us at WFAN's annual kickoff to summer with Boomer and Gio. Live from DJs on Ocean Avenue in Belmar. Tomorrow at 6 a.m. We'll get your Memorial Day weekend started with a bash featuring special guest, certified platinum country rock band, Parmalee. We want to see you and your friends down the shore for WFAN's Kickoff to Summer 2026. Brought to you by Cooper Electric and your home for New York sports, WFAN.
This Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. At 4:05 today, it's David Peterson and Cade Cavalli as the Mets look to split this 4-game series with the Nats. The Yankees look to win a 4-game series versus the Jays. It's Braden Fisher facing Carlos Rodon at 7:05 on a game that can be heard right here on the Fan. And of course, it's Game 2, Eastern Conference Finals. Knicks host the Cavs at MSG at 8 p.m. Winner of this series might just be playing the Thunder after. A reminder, the Thunder did take Game 2 last night behind 30 from SGA.
Speaking of the Thunder, I'm curious if you heard this last night. SGA was in a little bit of a controversy, and I don't mean the fact that he flops on every play. That's just accepted. After the game, they do the post-game interview. Mm-hmm. He was asked about former Nick, Isaiah Hartenstein. And SGA gave kind of like a negative answer towards him. So here's what he said after the game about the defense of iHeart. Take a listen.
You all made a pivot defensively, hard on Wemby. What kind of impact did Isaiah have tonight?
I'm not sure if it was good, to be honest. Yeah.
Break that down for me.
Say again?
Break that down for me. Why was his impact not good?
It was all right. It was good. It was good.
You know what? I think he didn't hear the question properly.
Interesting.
I think he was asked. I think he heard, "What was your defense on Wemby like?" Not relative to iHeart.
Well, you'll like this because at SGA's formal press conference, he was asked about the awkwardness of his answer, and well, he followed the Tiki school.
Can you just kind of explain what was going on there?
I didn't really hear her. And then once I realized what she said, I gave her the right answer. Yeah, at first I heard it wrong what she said.
Yeah.
You believe him?
Yeah, 100%. Because it was loud, man.
It was loud.
It was home.
I kind of believe him, too.
I did. How can you not?
It was just funny.
Right.
It was just weird.
Because he's not one of those like jerky basketball players. He's not like he's not going to undermine one of his guys. You know what I mean? Even if he felt it, he wouldn't do it. Some of these stars would be like, yeah, he was bad, but we did well anyways. I don't think that was the case. I think he just didn't. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy.
It's also some kind of leadership thing that you wouldn't do in front of the camera. Right. You did it behind the scenes, like Jalen Brunson did, was caught on camera yelling at his teammates. Yeah, to fire him up. It was just such a weird answer. And I got to give credit to the sideline reporter because she followed up.
Right.
Sometimes with these sideline reporters, it's like they're computer programmed to ask certain questions.
Yeah. It's just they're not even listening to the answer.
No, she listened.
Yeah.
Because she stopped and said, "Can you walk me through that?"
Right.
You basically just said he stunk.
Now she has an advantage because she has an earbud in.
Right.
So she's hearing everything that goes into the mic and not the ambient noise, which is kind of drowning out some of the words that come out of the whoever you're talking to's mouth. So she heard it clearly.
Yes.
He didn't hear it clearly.
Yeah, I think based on his pausing and then even the way he tried to reframe it later.
He's like, oh, crap.
I think you're probably
I screwed up.
It's funny, but I think you're probably right. It was crazy. If you missed last night's game, both teams, San Antonio and Oklahoma City, were hit with injuries that could be concerning. Dylan Harper left with a hamstring issue, and Jalen Williams left with a reoccurring hamstring issue.
Why so many Jalens in the NBA? I think it's way too many Jalens in the NBA.
You may not see that Jalen in the NBA.
If someone gets hurt in the NBA, it's probably Jalen.
So we mentioned this at the top of the show that it's like there's some luck falling the Knicks' way. But the other aspect, and you brought this up, is OG Anunoby is also coming off a hamstring issue. OG did not play well until that final blitz that the Knicks had. Is there any concern about his hamstring?
I'm not concerned fully because I've played with hamstring injuries before. And I think it was my second or third year. I pulled a hamstring, and I can go back and watch that film, and I am not running well. You can tell, but I still want to play, and so. That's what OG is going through right now. He's playing through it and being cautious on it. But as the game goes on, you start to feel like, all right, I'm fine. I'm not going to pull it. Right. I'm not going to re-injure it. So I can actually push myself a little bit farther. It is very dicey because what happened with Jalen Williams could happen where you feel fine and you're like, all right, I'm good, and then all of a sudden it gives a little bit, or you feel it catch, and maybe you don't re-injure it to the same extent, but you're now nervous about it. And as soon as you're nervous about it, it's really hard to play through an injury.
I thought he was injured again, and I don't know if you had this feeling on TV the other night. I said it to Big Mac. He probably remembers it. OG wasn't playing well. He was sitting on the bench in the fourth quarter, and there was a wrap around his leg, which I could see even from upstairs.
That's a heat wrap.
And I turned to Big Mac. I was like, I think he's hurt again. Like, I don't know if he's going to come back in. Right. And I think as I said that, he entered the game.
Well,
and he played well.
The thing to look for is if it's ice. If it's really, you can tell because it'll be bleeding. It'll be like water. Like you can see the water melting. But if it's not wet, then then it's probably just heat, and he's trying to get it loose still.
By the way, I'm not even joking. Like, I brought up that whole Jalen Brunson, Aaron Judge thing, King of New York, that we've had fun with for years outside, to Big Mac and Anthony Gallo of the Carton Show, and they started arguing about it. I came back a segment later. They're not talking to each other.
That was 25 minutes ago.
Like, it got so bad, that argument, that they're not friends anymore. And I don't know if they're working me or not. Like, they're just like, it got so bad that Big Mac's like, don't even bleep and bring it up again. I was like, Jesus.
Wow. He's tired of arguing.
Yeah. What the hell could they have said to each other?
He's set in his mindset.
Yeah, over a stupid barbershop argument on who the king of New York is?
Some Knick fan, Chris is, huh?
You know what Chris should say to Gallo? What are you going to do when Pep Guardiola leaves?
Whoa. Big Mac's like, would not know what that
That's
means.
the head coach of Man City.
Oh,
I'm just saying, just say it, Chris.
Yeah.
You don't have to know what the hell you're talking about. Just say it.
That's a good idea.
Because he's leaving after this season.
That shows how much I know about soccer. I thought that was Gallo's fiance.
That would be below the belt.
That's why I was like, whoa.
You can't be doing that.
You said whoa like you understood what I was talking about.
Because that's what I thought you meant. He just got engaged. I'm like, whoa.
I don't think Tiki's suggesting that to Big Mac. Let's go to our buddy Richie in Queens. We're shaking, Richie.
Hey, Richie.
Hey, guys, real quick. I got a quick story to tell you. First of all, the argument between Judge and Brunson, I don't get. You can't compare it to. You can't compare it to where a guy is involved in a 2-hour game, maybe 10 minutes, versus a guy that controls the game. Yeah, the insanity of a guy doing what he does at the end of a game. You know, if Judge walks 4 times in a game, he's not part of it. So to compare, but what he is, and I have to lean towards Shawnee, he's an historic player. Mm-hmm. There's nobody that's in his category.
Yeah, relative
so to
the
compare
league.
one versus another is a little difficult. But real quick, the story of, I get home from Greenbrier the other day. It's an 8-hour trip. I'm watching the game. I turn it off with 22 minutes to go. The Knicks game, okay? I go and watch my rot-gut Giants have, right? We lose in the last inning.
Yes.
I call up Tommy Lugauer.
Yes.
I'm on the phone saying it's only one game. You know, we're still going to win the series, thinking they lost. I'm listening to Tommy, and he's saying we're going to win in 4. And I'm saying, this is a replay? Paulie Rosenthal says, Rich, you're missing it, man. They won the game. I said, my bad. Never has that happened before.
Richie, how was the Greenbrier down there?
Oh, you know, Tiki, it's phenomenal. My daughter has got a restaurant in Kentucky, so I broke up the trip. I know, Ev, you like to travel 3,000 miles. I drove 1,800 miles. I went down 6 hours to Greenbrier. The course is phenomenal. Resort, I can't tell you. They have that underground bunker there, Tiki. I don't know if you know where about.
Yep, absolutely.
But I played on the Greenbrier course. It's one of the most incredible resorts. They got some issues financially. I hope they don't close down, but yeah, it was a great trip. But yeah, I tell people that story. They can't believe that you bailed, but I don't really bail much. But and then I said to watch the Giants have, right?
Yeah.
The greatest comeback ever. And I got to sit there and watch the Giants lose in the 9th inning.
No, I get you, man. I had to watch Nolan McClain blow a 5-run lead as that was happening, too.
Hopefully, the New York Giants, who are having part of their training camp down there, I think it's 10 days they're going to be down there, bring some needed re-attention to the Greenbrier, because it is a phenomenal place.
I'd love to see it.
And we're trying to get there.
I think Richie is one of many New Yorkers and non-New Yorkers who will always have a story attached to Game 1.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the show yesterday, we talked about the game, but also about those that shut the game off, those that went to sleep. I still find it really hard to believe that people left Madison Square Garden. Again, we mentioned CP, the franchise, had that video out. I was there. I didn't see anybody leave. So I think that is more like a dozen people, more so than the people like Richie and the people that called us yesterday who just shut the game off.
Right.
Who was like, game's over.
If you were home, it was easy to. But if you were there, leaving especially if you could feel it about to happen. And now Doug had Doug Lustin, who does the post game, videos with the made up lyrics or new lyrics to these songs that we all know. At some point, you felt. He said it was with 15.
That's early.
When they were down 15, not down like 10 or 8 when I got back into it. And so, if you're there, you had to feel it coming at some point.
You felt like this is going to get interesting.
Yes.
There's a difference between this is interesting and wow, they're going to pull this off.
Right.
And it's funny, if the Knicks didn't pull it off, and there's so many little things that could have gone the other way that would have led to Cleveland holding on, whether it's the Sam Merrill shot just going down, whether it's the Shamet 3 not going in, whether it's a few missed calls in the 2-minute report, not to get crazy, but there were.
Or just any missed shot from the Knicks.
Any missed shot. Right. Any make. Like, there's a million different things. If it does go differently, I still think there'd be a lot of optimism amongst Knicks fans. I think it would mostly be, all right, we showed what we're capable of doing.
Yeah.
And that's why right now, up 1-0 after a comeback like this, I don't know if I've ever seen a fan base as confident as the Knicks fan base is going into tonight.
It's a reinvigorated optimism. You now you really feel like it's going to happen.
Joe in Massapequa. Hey, Joe.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
All's well, Joe.
What's up?
So I just got to throw one name in the ring for the King of New York, only because he ended 54 years of misery and he was brought in for one reason. Mark Messier.
Yeah, but that's the retired king. I think
Yeah.
this is more of an active conversation. Because if you're going all time, I mean, it's Mickey Mantle, it's Derek Jeter, it's Babe Ruth, it's Joe Namath. He's the one guy that brought the Jets a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Let's go to Dan in New Jersey. What's up, Dan?
Yogi Berra.
Hey guys, how's it going?
All's good.
Yeah, so it's Jalen Brunson, and it's not close. And the reason is simply what's a king's job, right? Like a good king is a leader of men and steps up when the pressure is highest, right? Aaron Judge seems to come up small in the playoffs. He had a good time last time, but all those accolades, he's not the same player. Where Jalen Brunson puts this team on his back, and he's been a better player in the postseason than in the regular.
You nailed something that's very, very important, okay? Because obviously baseball and basketball are very, very different sports. We know that. But I like to look at guys and say, are they elevated in the postseason? Are they the same? Are they different? Andy Pettitte is always talked about as this great postseason pitcher. Andy Pettitte was the same in the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the numbers are the numbers. In the case of Aaron Judge, he's worse. It just is what it is. It doesn't mean he's never come through. The guy's hit 17 postseason home runs. It's a big number. But his OPS, his batting average, just everything. It's just, he's not
It's
as
below
good.
his mean.
It's below who he is.
Yes.
So I think that's one of the knocks on him when you look at what kind of postseason player is he. It doesn't mean he's never come through. We all remember the home run he hit against Toronto last year, and he hit a home run in Game 5 of that World Series before the drop pop-up. Like, he's had his moments, but then you do that same thing with Jalen Brunson, and you see a historical playoff performer. That's what you see.
And he's not historical on the defensive end, though.
Well, okay.
That's should we just ignore that?
Well, I'm not ignoring it. I'm just saying that that's not his game.
Okay, but has that cost them games?
Well, they haven't broken through in an NBA Finals yet.
I understand that, but have you looked at Jalen Brunson's postseason performance as a Knick and said, because of his poor defense, that cost them the game?
You know what's funny, Tiki? I remember coming in here the day after it did, and now I forgot what game that was.
No, he's not a great defender.
Yeah.
The argument isn't that. To me, it's more, he's not a great defender in the regular season. Like, the whole point I'm bringing up is you're comparing what they are to elevation in the postseason.
Yeah, and
he's not like any worse.
And if you're going to, Judge is a great right fielder. We know this, but playing center in the World Series, we know what he did. It was anti-him. It wasn't what we expect from Aaron Judge. And
images are very important. You touched on this earlier. Fair or not, images are things that live with you.
Right.
As Carlos Beltran.
Right, these snapshots.
His image is striking out, looking. You make the jokes all the time, Sean. That's who he is. It's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
It's not right. He's going to have his number retired, and that's the only image you have. You're shaking your head because you know what I'm about to say next.
No, I'm shaking my head because you got the wrong guy, pal. Well, I'm the one who keeps defending Carlos Beltran. That's a shame he has struck out.
You can defend him all you want, but that's the image of him.
It's what everybody in New York thinks
and
about.
it's not fair,
And
but
it is. It's not fair at all.
And the image of Aaron Judge right now, it sucks, man, because he's a great player. He's dropping a pop-up in Game 5 of the World Series.
You can't really compare Carlos Beltran and Aaron Judge because Judge has won so many MVPs, and baseball is so long that you have to have great regular seasons just to get to the second season.
All I'm comparing is the unfair snapshot of their careers.
100%.
And it's unfair. I admit that.
Right, but you can talk your way out of holding that over Aaron Judge. It's hard to talk it out of Carlos Beltran.
Well, you know how you could talk it out of Aaron Judge? He still can change it. He's playing.
Of course.
He's
100%.
a baseball player. He's active.
He's got plenty of years left to still do it.
You know my long-term prediction on Aaron Judge is?
What's that?
Here's a long-term prediction. Like, I don't think you're going to win the World Series this year. I think Aaron Judge will win a World Series, though, and he's going to be like a hanger-oner. And in that postseason, he's going to be great. Like, he's going to be 39 years old. Your team is going to be built around, Ben Rice, George Lombard Jr., some other young free O'Neal Cruz is going to eventually come here and become a superstar. Right. Fernando Tatis Jr. Like, you're going to have a completely different team.
Sandy Alcantara.
Why not?
Why not?
Nah, he'll be out of the sport by then. He's a pitcher. Skeens will be in your rotation.
There you go. That's even better. That's better. That's the better one.
There you go. Bo Bichette ends up signing a long-term deal with you. He's there. And Aaron Judge, like in the Dave Winfield role, end of his career, when he was with Toronto, he's going to win a World Series that way. And he's going to have a great postseason. But it won't happen in the prime of his career. So I think he'll get the championship ring that he needs. But I have this weird feeling it's going to come in a way that you least expect. That's my long-term Aaron Judge prediction.
I would hope not. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope he wins one when he's still in his prime.
Well, I'm giving him a championship, so it's not like I'm saying he's going to die without one.
I know. Look, you might be right. I would, just for Aaron Judge and for the legacy talk that's going to happen around him, I hope it happens when he's in his prime.
What do we do in the instance in which the Knicks actually do win the finals and Judge goes off and has like 10 homers in October and they win the World Series this year?
I think Brunson, like I said earlier about loser franchises like the Jets and the Mets and the Knicks, I think he's a king that doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
That's his throne.
Right.
I said it to you about the Jets. And you didn't react to it because you think it's so unrealistic.
Unless it happens this year and it's Geno, because it'll be short-lived.
Right.
I just think it's interesting because if like the pinnacle is Judge becomes this behemoth in the postseason and brings the Yankees back to prominence after all these accolades, really? He's not going to be the king?
No, he's not. No, it's the Knicks, bro.
Wait, hold on. You're saying the Knicks win a championship.
Yep. And now this October.
Brunson, let's just say Jalen Brunson's the MVP.
Okay, yep.
And then this October.
Judge is the World Series MVP. You can't get him out.
Judge takes it. No, he doesn't.
I agree.
Absolutely retakes
because
it,
he's
man.
better in his sport. Now he's the pinnacle. Like he might be one of the great players of all time in his sport.
The Knicks, they haven't won since '73.
I know, but this is a baseball town, man.
And who has more fans, Yankees or Knicks?
I know the Yankees have more fans, but that doesn't mean that he can take the kingdom from them. I'm sorry,
I think
you're
it
wrong.
does. More people will care.
You're wrong. By the way, what a world that would be in 2026. I'm dealing with 2 parades.
And the Giants are off and flying.
Talk about being depressed, Evan. Evan you'll be sitting right here next to me, Sean. Evan will take off the
You think
whole,
I'll take off?
You'll take off the whole year.
Nah,
I would love that.
It's
I'm just
football
kidding.
season.
I'm
It's
just
football
kidding.
season. Yes, I heard Craig.
The Jets are off to an 0-6 start.
I heard Craig tell Sid Rosenberg earlier this morning the old famous story about my dad. He got it sort of wrong, but I'll clarify. In 1976.
That's Sid Rosenberg.
Sid Rosenberg. He used the word to describe me that is just completely unflattering. But then texted me and said, "But I love you, Evan."
Right. Yeah.
You know what's all love?
And I wouldn't use that word to somebody who's actually
I'm not saying the word, by
which
the way.
had me and Evan literally cracking up.
Nah, I love Sid. I get you.
He's awesome.
So in 1976, when Chris Chambliss hit the home run and the Yankees won the American League Championship Series, they went to the World Series. My dad was so depressed about the Yankees winning the pennant for the first time in over a decade, he left the country. He went away.
Intentionally left the country. He didn't have a pre-planned trip.
I don't think so. It was just, I can't be here for this. I'm leaving. The best part of the story, which I don't think Craig remembers, is that it was 1976. The Yankees got swept in the World Series by the Reds.
Right.
So it wasn't like he then escaped the championship. No, it was them getting to the World Series, and then he would have enjoyed the World Series.
That's funny.
It would be like the Knicks win the East, and I go up to the architect and Big Hurls, and I say, look, you know how hard I work. I'm not here for this. I'm just leaving. Sean and Tiki are going to do a great job. Elevate Loogie, little reunion. I'm out. Okay? So I take off the Knicks in the finals. And then the Knicks proceed to get annihilated in the NBA Finals.
You would regret being in, I don't know, the south of France. In Nice or wherever the hell you went last year.
Right.
You would regret it.
Right.
You'd be calling in. You'd be like, you know what, Hurls, ship me a Comrex. I need to do this. I need to do a show.
Yes,
in the middle of the night from the beach in the south of France.
Absolutely.
On the Mediterranean.
I'd be like, I need to be back here.
No doubt.
We need to break down this NBA Finals now tonight. Game 2, Eastern Conference Finals. How does this play out, Tiki Barber?
I think the Knicks play well for 4 straight quarters. They win 112-101.
Okay, Sean Morash.
Take a 2-0 lead.
120-86. They annihilate the Cavs tonight.
Oh, annihilation.
I got this weird feeling the Cavs win.
What?
I got this weird feeling.
Evan's on record. He wants 1-1 coming out of
Well,
this.
I thought it would be a longer series than some. I thought it would be a 6-game series. And, here's what I keep wrestling with. Because I think the Cavs are, frauds. We've argued that all year. James Harden, loser. Kenny Atkinson, overrated. Blah, 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 blah. They at least showed you some of the things that they can do that can cause trouble, especially those bigs defending Karl Anthony Towns as this offensive hub. We saw that, and the Knicks actually had to get away from it. The Cavaliers are capable of putting together a complete game. And to their credit, they lost the Game 6 at home and responded by winning a Game 7 in Detroit. To their credit, they lost a brutal playoff game to Toronto. R.J. Barrett at a game winner, and they responded. They have shown in this postseason an ability to respond. Now, granted, responding against the Pistons and the Raptors, a little bit different than responding to the Knicks at Madison Square Garden. So I have this weird feeling they steal Game 2. And I still think Knicks fans will be confident. I'll still be confident that you'll win the series. But I think tonight we get a little series. And I think James Harden has a revenge game. I think Harden plays well. So I'll be the one guy to say it. And I wouldn't have said this yesterday. This is why you got to give it time. Because yesterday I was probably, this series is over. They're going to kill him. You'll hear that coming up with the fanboys, with Craig and Big Mac. Like, this is over. It's a party.
They're still going to be debating Brunson and Judge.
I don't think that'll happen. I don't think it'll happen.
Craig's going to be like, I don't care.
Yeah, seriously. It'd be like, that stupid argument. Save that for the newsroom. But I do think the Cavs win tonight. So there you go. How do you explain that, Sean?
I don't know. You got me on a blender now. IBO, Cavs win tonight. Knicks, you can't.
Because I am an IBO. I'm being honest. I'm just trying to give you an honest.
So what? The Knicks are going to go win both games in Cleveland now next?
I said from the beginning the Knicks will win the series in 6, and they're going to split at Madison Square Garden. And if they don't split at Madison Square Garden, the Knicks will kill them. I disagreed with Tiki's opinion. Tiki was straight up, Knicks will take care of the Garden, Cleveland will take care of Cleveland, and then the Knicks will win Game 5 and Game 6. I've always been a believer that the Cavs have to find a way to win at Madison Square Garden. They almost did. They didn't. I think they'll be able to do it tonight. I'll go final score 107-103.
Ooh, okay.
You like that one? Cut that for tomorrow.
Mets win today?
The who?
The Mets?
David Peterson.
I have avoided talking about the Mets today because I'm going to do like an 8-hour Rico tonight at some point. No, they probably lose. They suck, as I've told you for days when they were winning, and you're like, you got to believe again. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I believe a lot.
I believe they suck.
I believe in pain and hemorrhoids.
Wow.
I believe in a horrible defense. I believe in, hey, Mendy, can you let the young kids play the outfield all at the same time? I believe in a lot of stuff. I'll do that later after the Knick game. Live Rico on WFAN.
New name, pain and hemorrhoids?
Yeah, you like that one?
I do.
We're actually on tomorrow at 11 a.m., so we'll still be here. We'll still be doing our thing. We'll do it an hour later, so we'll be on at 11 tomorrow. If you missed any of the show, you can rewind it on the free Odyssey app. Carton Show with Big Mac and Craig next.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.